Welcome to A Vaceran Dream. I am your host and dungeon master, Patrick Clayton. This is our homebrew RPG game that we run every Sunday when we can. No, all the time. Welcome. We have our full cast of characters here. I want to point out we do have Amber, James, Anna Grace, William, and Corey. Before we get started today, I'd like to give a proper shout out to all the fathers out there who do amazing things. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Now that I have that out of the way, I would also like to give a big shout out to all the mothers, all the moms out there who stepped up, all the stepdads who didn't have to, all the big brothers and big sisters, the scoutmasters, the youth pastors, the teachers, the coaches, those who are no longer with us, and those who are always right by our side. Happy Father's Day.
All the moms have to put up with all the fathers.
Yeah. We appreciate you for taking on the challenge that is us. Speaking of challenges, here we are. Before we get started, I'd like to give a proper shout out to our sponsor, Easy Roller Dice Company, the amazing dice company that allows for us to roll on these amazing dice trays. They are beautiful. Some have some confetti in them. We will discuss that later. Please check them out at easyrollerdice.com. That was a thing. EasyRollerDice.com, because I've been saying it wrong for 8 episodes.
Just all of them. Every time we've said it.
And posted it on Facebook incorrectly, and Twitter, and maybe Instagram. So I apologize, EasyRollerDice, for giving out the wrong information. If you've been going to that website, great.
It's not great. It's cool. They'll just roll with it. It's all right.
I'm just going to roll with it?
Dice jokes.
Look at this phone.
So bad you can dice.
Also, we would like to give a proper shout out to a charity that we are always trying to support, Sustainable Families Foundation. Please check them out at sustainablefamiliesfoundation.org. They are a great organization local to us, but we'd like to make them known nationally for all the great things they do for kids and those who are less fortunate than others. Please check them out again at sustainablefamiliesfoundation.org. Also, we'd like to give a proper shout out to Carolina Brontes. This is the artist that supplied us with our headshots that we currently air when we can. You can also find those on our Instagram, Facebook, etc. But you can find her on her Twitter account at @fires_00 or her Patreon, which you can search under her name, Carolina Abrantes. I believe. Oh no, yeah, I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I almost forgot. If you can, on 4th of July, if you're not out celebrating and having a great time and enjoying your family, eating hot dogs and all that other patriotic stuff that you like to do, please feel free to tune in. We will be airing our one-shot episode, aptly titled The Bottle Rocket War, which we filmed just last night. We managed to get the area pretty cleaned up, but it does get a little wacky, a little crazy, a little loud. But if you can, please feel free to jump on in and join us at 4 o'clock on July 4th. That is a Thursday. We will be airing that episode. It should be something interesting. Ish. Well, unless there's anything else,
no.
We'd like to go ahead and jump into this episode of Vaceran Dream, episode 9. The party, finally in the city of Cariad, with their benefactor, Dovar Van Boren, managed to supply him with information, books, magical items, and great tales of the ventures traveling from Volderol to the city of Cariad. Upon some shopping, some crafting, and a bit of tomfoolery, Unido, the party managed to find themselves at a gala where Dovar wanted to introduce his now new adventuring party to that of the wizard elite and the parliaments. After the party had commenced, the group had found themselves just outside of their lodging, locked outside, and in that instance, a few spectral beings apparated and assaulted the party. In the melee, one of our party members, Pipulu Bionanume, fell. The party was then approached by a halfling cleric by the name of Venetia, who ushered them to a garden area and appropriately began the resurrection ritual of Pipalook and Navarre, Velifero's companion. Successful, Pipalook managed to find herself in the land of the living as well as Navarre due to some amazing dice rolls. One specifically a D6 or a DC6 on the nose, which allowed for Pipalook to make her way back. With Pipalook resting, the gentlemen went on a bit of a shopping excursion and found themselves back at the Wild Ritual, which is, in hindsight, was the worst name of a shop I could ever think of. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. As the party slept, Eric's attention with Unido, who does not sleep, was drawn downstairs to a bit of movements, a bit of maybe objet d'art breaking. And Eric's traveled downstairs with Unido traveling 10 feet behind, if I understand correctly. The spiral staircase, which led to one of the main display rooms of his magical items, Odovar specifically. Eric's presented himself into a room looking about, holding a hold person spell at the ready, and looked up to the side, the corner of a room where he had noticed a black-feathered, hooded creature who held out a sword and just uttered the words, "No, no, 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 no." And that's where we find ourselves. Eric's, you sit in the room, or you stand within the room, the Kenku perched up in the corner, far corner of the of this room. Unido, 10 feet behind, you see Eric's stop dead in his tracks. Actually, roll me a perception check, because it is dark.
Disadvantage?
Yes, we'll say. Well, 10 feet, no. I'd say straight roll. You were only 10 feet behind.
12.
Yes, you do see Eric's stop dead in his tracks, look to the side. And that, in this instance, Eric's, what would you do? Hold person. Hold person. Okay. That is a wisdom saving throw. That's a natural 20.
Oh. That's a hashtag Pat Crit there.
There it is. Hashtag Pat Crit. As you lurch out your spell towards this Kenku, the Kenku immediately pauses, looks at you, and just stops. Says out in a very young, almost adolescent-like voice, and utters to you, you all introduce yourselves properly.
Introduce ourselves. Did I realize he was behind? Unido was behind me.
You did.
You knew I
I rolled low enough stealth where I didn't wake anyone else up, but you knew I was following you.
Okay. You're the one intruding upon our space. How did you get in here? Who are you, and what do you want? Who do you want?
It's at this point the entity. I'm sorry, I have a whole list of things I want to say.
Ooh.
You hear out, and you hear almost the unfamiliar to you. You hear what sounds like an elephant's roar echo out, and it says, "Everything will be okay, Pages." And in this instance, I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
What?
Do we hear the elephant, whatever?
How many names do you have?
You guys are asleep. You guys are upstairs. You would definitely hear this.
Okay.
24.
24. You, in this instance, you smell from the tip of the sword the effervescence of flowers that emanate, and it almost gloms onto you, grasps you, and pulls you in and attempts to charm you. You shake off this charm spell immediately, as this Kenku. No.
I tried hold person again.
Okay.
Yeah.
A wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
That is going to be no. That is a 6 on the die roll.
Yeah.
Plus nothing.
Yeah. Does it fall from where it was?
Yes, it
hanging
does.
Out?
And it lands on the ground. Sword still in the hand.
I would like to try to get the sword out of the hand.
And you take this is when you take notice of the actual height of this individual. You being standing at a height of 6'7" is not
6'3" without the horns. So
6'3" without. Okay, 6'3". Wait, 6'3", 7 with the horns.
No,
6'7" with the horns.
6'7" with the horns.
Okay, I thought you said. I was like,
no,
those are
no.
some horns. You got to get that
Yeah,
figured out.
no, sorry.
File.
He's just knocking over it.
It's like
Right.
the horns
No.
give you reach.
You take notice of the individual stands about 4 foot off the ground, but crouched now and moving, and you move towards it. What is it that you're attempting to do? You would see just out of your sight, Unido, Eric's has stepped out of the view of the doorway that it leads into the.
Yeah, I
one
want
of
to go
the main-
inside the
okay,
main room.
You
Yeah.
walk in, clack, 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 and that's when you hear Unido move up behind you. What is it that you're doing, Eric's?
Trying to disarm the.
Okay, roll me a strength check. At advantage because they are held.
Okay. Oh Jesus.
10, not bad. Easily enough. You pull the sword from their, you presume hands. You just see feathers that lurch out over the sword, and you pull the sword out. You have a short sword, and as you hold it in your hands, you could smell now just roses and flowers and the sweetness of a garden
Does
in your
it-
hand.
Appear to be coming from the sword, or is there like a satchel attached to it where there's like roses or whatever?
Roll me an investigation check. Hey, Unido, as Eric looks at the sword, what is it that you're doing?
So I see the Kenku and all that.
Definitely, and the Kenku is just paused, and this lasts for a minute. Yeah. So it is It is in pause.
I'm not the one who should be doing this, but can I look around the room, making sure there's
Yeah, perception
this
check.
is it? Yeah. Disadvantage. though,
Disadvantage
because
now,
it's
yes,
now
'cause-
the whole
yeah.
room. Yeah. 4.
4. You look about. You see small little, we'll say, arcane lights that light a book or a vase or some kind of trinket that Dovar has kept. You catch nothing that is grabbing your attention as being another entity in the room. Currently.
Yeah.
You don't know. You roll the 4. Eric's, you
18.
18 investigation check. You are most certain that smell is coming directly from the sword.
I point the sword at the Kenku and cast Friends
Friends? Okay.
and repeat my questions. Who are you, and how did you come upon this shop, and what are you here for?
It utters to you very brokenly because it's held.
Mm-hmm.
Everything will be okay, Pages.
Who's page? I look at Unido. Do you know Pages? Whose Pages?
You hear, in this instance, you roughly, let me see, I'm going to do a performance check to see
Okay.
if they can make this happen. Nope, that's a natural 1. You just, it shakes rapidly.
Would you go get anyone else to come down here?
Is there something breakable?
Oh boy.
No, I run up the stairs. And I go get somebody.
I was going to say, everything in this room could be broken. Yes.
And exploded.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yikes.
You don't know. So you run upstairs?
Yeah, I'll be.
Up the stairs. We'll say
I'll
in
bang
that.
on the walls as well as I go up.
Okay, pop, 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 pop. As Unido, and at this point, yes, the only person I would say that would have any problem hearing Unido would be that of Pipalook, who is in
Dead
deep
world.
rest. Pop, 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 pop. Roy, Rao, Velafera, wake up immediately, look about, and you just see Unido run up the stairs. You would hear him. You would definitely just hear him. Rao, you see Velafera sees in the dark because it is pretty dark in here. You guys have.
Is this? Are you talking about the Kenku? We see the Kenku?
No, you see Unido run
Unido.
upstairs. You guys are in your bunks, and you're immediately woken as Unido has made his way up the stairs, pop, 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 and banged up the walls, and he stands at the top of the stairs, looking about.
That's all I'm doing. I'm just keep banging on the stairs.
Bum,
That's
bum,
it.
bum, bum, bum.
I don't actually go and wake anyone up.
All right. And I'll start.
Wait.
I'll walk down the stairs.
Okay, as you get up, do you light some sort of light source? It is pitch black. All right. Roll your perception check.
It's Father's Day. It's only appropriate that I've stumbled down
There you go.
the
So that's a-
trip on a tugboat, maybe some Barbies.
It's all of Unido's shit on the floor.
What am I rolling?
Perception check.
I got all the
With
Legos.
Disadvantage because it's dark.
that burns out that natural 20.
Oh.
May not.
Perception. That's a 6.
Yeah, you managed to. Yeah, you just kick over poker chips and coins and a bit of buttons that are still kind of laying about on the floor.
Kids don't put anything away.
Unido, you hear your stuff just getting knocked on the floor.
If there was
Rao,
a
you
facial
definitely see it
expression.
spread out on the floor, but you have awoken as well and moved in that direction. What you do know with your passive perception, you see Pipalook laying, and laying just beside her in bed, you see Nahare. He was resting as well.
With Pipalook?
Yes.
I'll grab my shield, and as I grab my shield, I'll cast light on it and walk down the stairs.
Yeah, now at this point, you're like,
Oh,
after the fact.
Yeah, right when as I walk in front of Roy, who's on the ground, I'll cast light and like beam it right in his face.
You light up your shield, and as soon as you light your shield, almost blind Roy, you spin around and you see, never less eerie than it already is, Unido standing at the top of the stairwell.
now casting a shadow.
Yeah. As this is happening, I'm going to make another save because at least a minute has passed. Wisdom saving throw. That is no. That's a straight 7.
Yep.
How long does that last?
Oh, wait, it only lasts.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
It's making a save. Oh, so minute has passed. It's broken.
Yeah.
Looks at you, shakes up, and just you see the feathers jut out as it
So
did not
much.
like to be. It does not appear to be aggressive. It does cock its head and start to move around
no.
you a bit.
And I like quote it and have it soared.
You hear a voice emanate from it. Says, "I tell truths."
Emanate from the bird.
The bird will say, "I tell truths." Yeah, that's what you hear. In this instance, Unido leading.
Yeah.
Rao, Roy, or Rao in the back with the light.
I'm limping down.
So I'll be in the
Lego.
middle. I'll be in the middle.
Middle. Okay.
Yeah.
You make your way down, and you do not see Unido. You do not see Eric's as you get to the base of the stairs. You presume still in the spot originally when you left. Making your way, still sitting there looking at you. I tell truths. I tell truths.
Then tell the truth of why you're here.
You
How
hear
you're here.
now. At this point, you all hear the elephant roar. I seek knowledge.
As soon as I hear the elephant part, I cast Hex at this thing. and-
You are behind Unido.
Oh, I thought
you
you were
only
already-
hear.
okay.
You have not entered, but at this point,
Okay.
you hear the elephant roar. Unido steps in. You step in, and you see, with your dark vision
Mhm.
and the light out now, you see this small, now 4 foot tall, crouching almost now to a 3 foot, lurching down, looking at Eric's, who is towering over, and it's just you hear the elephant roar out. It says, "I seek knowledge."
That's creepy. So I'll cast Hex and give it disadvantage on its dexterity checks.
Checks. Got it.
But I'll stay like hidden behind you, Unido, with like shield up.
You immediately hear a voice, a feminine voice. I hate this place. I hate boats. I hate plants.
So much context I'm missing here.
Do I see plants anywhere? When
This
it's
place is wretched. It's all you hear. Do you in here? Immediately looking about with your passive perception, you see no plants within.
Okay.
Kind of like dust up something.
Is
You
it
dust up what?
They dust up like a shelf or something. Just to
Like
make it.
clean.
Cleaning.
Believe it or not, it is immaculate. You
Oh, really? Oh.
Yes.
He takes care of his business.
Meditation's a thing.
Yeah, it's really easy. Every 6 seconds. I'm
Prestidigitation.
Is its mouth move? Is it beat? Is the beak?
You see the
moving
mouth
as-
kind of
as it moves.
with the light up from the shield. You can see this now. You see, whenever time it speaks, the mouth just opens up, but it's not like lips moving. It just kind of opens, and
Well,
tongue kind of reverberates a little bit, and a bit of the noise.
Very disturbing.
I feel this bird is mocking us. What do you want to do about it?
Mocking something. I found him sneaking around, skulking around the ceiling. I don't know I haven't gotten a straight answer out of him or her.
Are they wearing any bags of any sort or anything like that, or is it just like cloaked?
Perception check, because they are cloaked. I want to see what you can make out.
Perception 6. That's something that's a -1. Yeah, so 5.
5. Cloak kind of drapes over it pretty well. And it's not pretty much the cloak that covers, but the feathers are ruffled out to the point you can't really make out. You can see a bit of maybe like a bit of armor that it wears, maybe some kind of leather, but the way that it's crouched down, the way that it's in a defensive mode right now, you can't really tell what it has on it.
Okay.
It starts to
I don't know what to do.
it starts to nervously start to sing.
Where are the exits to this room?
I'm a scuba diving elephant. Scuba diving elephant.
I'm so confused.
Ain't no normal scuba diving. Ain't no normal
I
elephant.
send a message to Dovar.
I'm a scuba diving elephant. Scuba diving elephant. Scuba diving underwater
I whisper to Roy.
to see what I can see.
Pretty sure that's a bird.
Someone
Why is it saying it's an
slid
elephant?
Something in my drink last night. I sent a message to Dovar just quietly asking him to please come over to his shop. There was an intruder. I don't know who or what they're here for.
A few seconds pass and you hear, I'll be right down.
I want to get out my box of buttons.
Okay.
And I want to slowly approach and lift up the box and present it.
Okay. You step forward. It does kind of reel back a bit, as it is outnumbered and cornered, so it does take and lurch down even further. It goes from that 3 foot to even now 2 feet, just
Goodness.
and fans out the wings.
I want to block off any exits and like just kind of circle around.
All right, so you move around. You get towards the front. Roy, what are you doing?
I'm limping around the room, and did you booby trap the stairway with D4s? Because I stepped on one and it hurt really bad.
I turn back and
That's probably Yanderdo.
It says to you in a feminine voice, Saphira's hurt?
I'm checking out. Nice.
Saphira's hurt. And it motions towards your foot as you hobble over to the opposite side.
Saphiro?
I thought you were Ethelroy. Now you're Saphiro?
I don't know what is going on here.
Have
This
I
is
ever
too
encountered
weird.
a Kenku before?
Same question.
City kids, you can definitely roll me history checks.
City kids.
1.
You have no idea what the hell this thing is.
it's the Wonder Twins.
You won! You won!
Where's the damn thing? We gotta shoot the cannons off.
Oh,
Fire them cannons.
Ooh, boy.
who hurt us?
Yeah. So,
Yikes. That's a can of
in
worms.
passing, you may have seen something that. What's that?
Who have hurt me? Let me count the ways. 1,000, 2,1,000.
You will say never came in direct contact with one, so you have never had a conversation. But in seen, yes. Spoke with, no mannerisms, etc. No, not at one point did you sit down and speak with. We'll say continuar, not so much. Mirhedi, you would almost think if they were from Mirhedi, it would not be to their best interest to live there. But no, never encountered. Seen, never encountered.
Okay.
I tell truths.
I don't know what that. I mean,
I mean,
truths, and yet I don't know why they're here.
what are you doing here?
Looks at you, says, "Bro, you freak me out sometimes, dude."
I bet this is the voices of all the things it's killed. Starting with an elephant. Which impresses me.
I want to thank you again, Amber. Please. I appreciate that.
Great. First the tabaxi, now the mimic bird.
Anyway, dude, you freak me out sometimes, dude.
Like, what do you mean sometimes? I've never met you before.
Why are you moving like a bird?
Again,
As you move, it's moving with you.
I'm basically doing like the side to side shuffle to make sure it doesn't get around me.
What are you doing? What is it?
I'm
You hear in a very effeminate voice.
stop moving. Stop trying to escape.
The same effeminate voice. What are we supposed to do?
Sit down. Just sit down right now. You're freaking me out.
I sit down.
Rael hops down the...
Roll me an intimidation check. It would be persuasion, but it's surrounded.
If so, check yes or no.
Yes or no?
Hey.
Passing notes in class.
So it's it's the same one as the two that it's all the same right now.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Nice.
Yeah.
It sits. Crosses its legs and just kind of looks. Eyes darts back and forth, looking at the room.
Okay. I kind of relax a little bit.
See, a moment passes. You standing at the doorway, or standing at the entranceway to the antiquities portion of the shop. You hear the front door open. It just opens. You don't hear any kind of fumbling with keys or anything. And you see Dolar in his proper knight ensemble removes his nightcap, tucks it in his robe, and almost floats into the room as he does. Just behind you. Yeah, no. You hear him he steps up behind you. Stands taller than you, but Mr. Rosal, what appears to be the problem?
Eric's met someone. Someone was breaking in. Something like that. I don't know.
I'm scuba diving.
I
I
think
gesture to the bird. I'm like, I don't know what's...
You hear a female voice. Ah! Scream.
You do the bird.
Oh, we have a...
Do you know this one?
I can't say that I do. Do you know this one? Is this one of your additional party members? And looks towards Eric's.
First off, no, I've never seen. I mean, I've come across a creature such as this, but I've never interacted with one.
Oh, and he snaps his fingers, and all the little sconces light up. It's well lit in this room. You can turn down a little bit.
Okay, I just set down the shield and like.
I try snapping my fingers.
You snap your fingers.
Aw.
You hear wood.
I imagine that doesn't sound.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Really?
Yeah, just roll it.
Nat 20 plus 6.
Hey,
In a brief instance, as Unido snaps his fingers, you see the lights just dim the very slightest, and then
What?
light back up.
it's the clapper.
Rao, because you're right next to Tovar, he immediately takes note. Okay. I did not anticipate that was coming.
Thor's hammer, and he's like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Vision just picked up Thor's hammer and he's like, oh no. Anyway, to make that Marvel reference.
I'm not a man, so that's.
Yeah, sure.
apt reference.
You can also kill.
This is a Kenku. Yeah, spur people. No offense. Why is it my shop?
We are trying to ascertain that
I
as well.
thought you had magical locks and things like that.
I do. Do you, Bird, do you cast magic?
Come on, Pat. Let's dive deep into your psyche.
You just hear a young girl's voice. Look, Page's fire. Excuse me?
I picked up the shield.
I presume that means yes.
I shake my head, yes.
So it apparently can cast magic. Maybe it dispelled or used some sort of knock spell. I'm not sure. I mean, I have certain magics on here, but nothing is infallible or impenetrable.
So what are you doing here? I say to the bird. Are you trying to steal some stuff?
I seek knowledge.
Knowledge of
We've
what?
heard that one before.
I seek knowledge.
Yep, there it is again.
What are you trying to learn?
Rao, you recognize this voice specifically. you hear mask coming directly from the Kenku.
Well, we don't know who knows.
Whose voice is it?
You've heard this voice when you felt that man.
I pull out the goat mask.
Excuse me here. I just need to double check my notes here.
Can I try to like? Can I like try to sleeper hold the Kenku now?
Also, too, for the record, Villafera is upstairs. She is.
I figured she was.
We'll say she is.
Roy.
Well, when Roy, you were the
meditating.
last to leave, you would have seen Villafera make her way over to Pipalook, and she's at her side, and just checking on her, making sure she is not on the cusp.
Making an Navarre sandwich.
Yeah.
What?
Actually, none of you would be able to ascertain this.
Can I sleeper hold the Kenku and ask, "Who do you work for?"
You jump on it.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Okay,
god.
roll me a grapple check.
This is gonna be so bad. I do not have grapple stats.
That's grapple stats.
That's also a very small
6.
bird that you're
Six.
going to snap in half.
As soon as you lurch for it, you see the bird just very much a la Matrix just
My
leap over
hex
you.
is still on it.
Was that?
My hex is still on it.
Oh, it's a
Dex
disadvantage.
check,
yeah.
Sorry. Dex check, even higher. So yeah, a 17 leaps over as you jump towards, and it crawls. One of its little claws right on the top of your head, and runs down the back of you.
Oh, like a cat. That doesn't feel good.
As you kind of
No.
stumble forward, not crashing into anything, but definitely caught off balance, you press your hand against the wall as not to knock over any of Dovavar's finery, and look back, and you see just behind you, looks back down at you, or looks up at you as you look down at it.
Okay, now I summon the sword and just point it at it. It's like, "Who sent you?"
Whoa. Let's not ruffle any feathers.
If I could be so inclined, Dovavar said, if we could not in here, that would be great.
so much.
I point to the exit.
As you summon the sword, you hear again out of this Kenku's mouth or beak, mask.
Why does that offend you so much?
Just
Weren't you wearing a mask just yesterday?
As this, it does it a second time. Dovar has taken notice of this, with his base insight being what it is. I need the room, please, with Rao. We'll be fine.
You want us to take the bird?
No, they will be fine.
All right. Shall we?
I want to go outside because that's where the fighting happened.
Okay, you make your way towards the front. Roll me a perception check when you get outside. The rest of you are heading
Going
upstairs.
back upstairs.
Okay.
Going to sleep.
Disadvantage still?
Yeah, no. Well,
Really?
that's outside. There are streetlights. There are lanterns that are lit,
yeah.
so you can see.
Hey, it's a 16.
16. You look about. Aside from we'll say you catch the tail end of two guards that are just doing their standard patrol. They're working the late shift. You would know that is probably in the 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock hour in the morning. Just kind of having a casual conversation. The street is very quiet. Nothing has caught your interest.
Okay. I maintain a post like a mannequin.
Okay? No.
Yep.
Okay. They've seen weirder shit at Dovar's wild ritual. Wild ritual.
I actually really like that. I like the idea of me pause and like the running away motion. Like, yeah.
Okay, the guards come back. This will be good. Do you take the sword?
Yes.
Okay. You hear the Kenku. No. And that's all you hear as you
Yeah.
usher upstairs.
I'm taking because Rael was sitting in the room next to the Kenku, just kind of like checking it out. He flies to my shoulder, and as I pass around, are you okay?
We'll talk about it after whatever Dovar needs me for.
All right. And I'll stand right outside the door.
Okay. Oh, outside the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Roy, what are you doing? You head upstairs?
I was already out. Just went back to sleep.
You get all this shit. We'll say
Kicking toys down the staircase on the way back up.
Roy, when you walk back upstairs,
Oh, here
when
we
you
go.
walk back upstairs, you would see in the far right-hand side of the room, you do see one candle lit beside Pipluck's bed. You would presume that Velifer has lit it, and you would see walking across the room, appears to be carrying some sort of jacket or coat in her hand, Velifer, and she walks over to Eric's bunk and folds it and lays it across his bunk. She stops midpoint, looks at you. Is everything well downstairs?
Compared to the last few days, yes. Compared to an average person's life, not nearly.
Are we safe?
Sure. Dovar's awake, he's on.
I apologize if I keep you up. I'm going to watch over Pipluck for a little bit.
That's fine. I'll be right over here.
Mr. Kotor. She nods and walks to the opposite side.
Oddly formal.
Can I retcon something?
How dare he!
We'll see. What you got?
Can I leave Rael in the room?
Downstairs?
Totally up to you.
Yeah, you
You
can.
can say yes or no. Okay. I'll leave him in the room and still stand outside, but I'm going to look and listen through his eyes.
Is he blatant or is he hidden?
He's just hanging on top of a bookshelf or a shelf of some sort. Hold on.
Roll me based stealth check. We'll see if he is noticed or not.
15.
15. Okay. Unido, are you looking your way upstairs as well?
Oh,
you went out
outside.
front. Sorry,
yeah, I'm
my
out
bad.
front. Like outside.
Rao, you stand in the room with that of the Dovovar, with the Kenku still in the same position, and just off to the side of you. Now, eyes focused on that who was trying to lurch towards it, to wrestle it to the ground, or whatever you were trying to do. Hand up,
Murder.
the feather up. No. That was fucking gross, dude.
I'll use my Eldritch Sight to see if it has anything else on its persons.
Okay, you scan it. You catch the smallest residual of some arcane essence emanates from an open scroll case. That is all you can get from it.
Okay.
It does not have its sword on it anymore. That is upstairs. So it appears to not have anything else of arcane nature on it.
Okay.
Dovar. Yes, Dovar does not notice right on Mr. Rosal, well, I was hoping to do this at my own leisure. I believe I know why it is. Why this entity is here in my shop. I had planned to present this to you, and he begins to walk across the room, and in the center of the room there is a book that is open. I have found out some information about what we have discussed. Are you looking through Rael's eyes?
Yep.
Okay.
That's a lot.
What the Kenku has spoken, yes, I have noticed this name through some of my readings. Ancient text, very old text. Some lost and forgotten, and a lot that I had to, we'll say, grease the right palms to get. Your patron does not hail from this plane of existence. From what I understand, it has reached out across several planes and found itself here. It appears to, what I understand, this entity had housed itself within that of a sword. And the little information I can glean is that the sword had been sundered and split. And I just want to say to the viewing audience, I did go ad-lib a little bit here. It has been split into 3 pieces. One landed to the far north, I believe where you had found it. the other pieces, one appears to be beyond borders that we cannot cross.
What do you mean by that?
The Vermilion Sun may have access to this piece of sword. The other one has not been recorded, and I do not know where it might be. Other bit of note, I believe, and he comes over and puts his hand right on your shoulder, looks towards the Kenku, and he whispers, attempts to whisper, for the Kenku not to hear. You can roll your perception check. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
He yells!
Doesn't he have like a titan sticker?
oh, you wanted to? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will burn his tides of chaos, and I'm gonna roll some wild magic.
Oh no! William, what have you
I'm gonna
done?
re-roll. I'm gonna re-roll. That's not any better, but it's burnt. It is what it is, and that is a. I'm gonna do a sleight of hand check. That is a dexterity-based check. That is a 9.
So just gotta beat
You
a
gotta beat a
9.
9.
Okay.
And I'm gonna roll for the king.
8.
You have.
I have a million inspiration.
Oh shoot!
Nope.
No, that dice. That's mine.
You
now.
use the
gone.
inspiration on your game.
20.
That is
20.
valid
Okay, so
concentration.
you peering through that of Rael,
Oh, yeah,
your raven. I called it almost
I got
called it
that
a
one.
crow. Your raven.
Fighting
Crow
words.
queen.
Okay, settle down. The crow queen. The mother of crows.
That's hard to say.
Crow queen.
Crow queen.
Counting crows.
Count it.
Counting crows.
Round here.
Sounds like something you'd find in Green Market. Right, I'll make a crow queen.
You're not sure if the Kenku can overhear or not. I did. No, I'm sorry. No. I rolled a for Dovar. A reroll. No, I'm sorry. It was a 9
Yeah.
with my reroll.
Yes.
The Kenku. You're not sure if the Kenku is eavesdropping or not. The Tides of Chaos will go off. I'm going to roll that first before we go any
Oh,
further.
what
Because
oh shoot!
yeah, it automatically
Yeah.
happens. Unfortunately, because
That's
I
how he
love
does
wild magic so much.
Oh, magic. I don't like that face.
We'll see.
Meteor
Bye.
shower.
Bye. You'll see my new character next session.
No.
Lassie
Continuing
Rael.
Oh yeah, your bird's gone too.
Well, we can bring the
He
bird
comes
back.
back.
You see, as he begins to speak, you see Dovar shrink in size. His robes, his bathrobes and everything, his sleeping robes draped down across him, and he looks and he says, "I wish I wouldn't have done that." He stands about 4 foot tall.
Yeah. So like 200.
I will have
What's
to.
going on here?
Yeah. You'll have to lean down for this, Mr. Rasan. I apologize.
I take a knee.
Hey there, little buddy.
Honestly, bending over, saying, "Hey, how's it going?" is way more condescending than just taking a knee.
You want a cookie?
So I take a knee. 'Cause that's the
No,
more-
I'm sorry, not 4 foot tall. 9 inches. He is. How tall is Dovar again? I forgot.
Isn't he like 5?
You know, he's like
6
six.
foot?
Yeah, he's 6 foot.
6 foot tall, so he drops 9 inches, so he is 5'2". No,
3.
3.
5'3". How tall are you?
5'10".
Yeah.
That is a perfectly normal height.
Is it?
Yes.
He's as tall as Amber.
Okay, so I just kind of grab him and take like 4 steps away from the bird.
Here, buddy. Take
He
my
lifts
hand.
up his, pulls up his robes and kind of walks over with you. After doing so much research, the fragment, the shard that you had found, I believe when you released it, there was a blight across the land in Tyler-Pollen, and I believe that might be connected to Miss Bjorn. I'm not saying that things are better left untouched, but I'm doing everything I can, and this would need to be between yourself and me.
we're trying out this whole thing where we don't lie to each other anymore.
I'm not asking you to lie, Mr. Rosal. I'm just asking you to give me time to figure out how I can correct the problem.
I'm so confused right now. How does a sword release a disease?
From what I understand, and again, the text is old, and I presume they would prefer it to be long forgotten. This entity, this your patron, he likes tricks.
How's disease a trick?
For some, I presume that's some people have a morbid sense of humor.
Tetanus.
Nothing's funnier than tennis.
Not that tetanus. Put some tussing on.
Tricks for kids.
What else do you know about him right now?
That is what I know. As of right now, again, I am doing research constantly, and what I can, the information I am provided, again, between you and me, I'm getting from the university through sources that I choose to be kept secret.
Okay, I turn to the bird and I just say, "Who sent you? Who brought you this way?"
You hear again in the deep voice, "Mask," and it kind of cocks its head, not looking aggressive, but when it opens its mouth, you just hear it. But it looks starry-eyed and just as confused as you, but Mask echoes out of its mouth, and it just says, I seek knowledge."
Are you like a cleric or something?
No.
Who is Mask? Okay, I see.
That's a great question. Hold on. No. I have.
Smoking.
I am sweating right now, more than usual.
You can just save the song for
Oh, that was
everything.
great.
It says to you,
God,
oh man.
what was in that cup?
It says to you. It says to you in a very adolescent male voice. It says, "What is Pages ever talking about?" And it shakes his head. Or an insight check.
I'm gonna throw this out. Worst luck ever. I'm putting this dice away. This is the third 6 in a row I've rolled.
I'll take it.
Burn
all
that
it is.
inspiration.
No, I'm
Burn
just
it.
throwing it
Okay.
away. But what
What'd
was
you
it?
roll?
Insight. 5 altogether.
5 altogether. You're not sure. You just hear that. You just hear in this adolescent teenage male voice, "What is Pages ever talking about?"
Are you around a lot of kids? Are you from the university?
It says to you in a deeper voice, "Yes, no."
You're,
Yeah.
so you're not from the university. No one, none of the professors or the
Again,
person in charge?
it clarifies. Yes, no.
Oh boy.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
No, this is great.
This is perfect.
I'm gonna turn.
It's like customer service.
I'm turning to Dovar. Does anyone are Kenkus normal at the university? Would you notice?
There are a few, I believe. Actually, I've been doing a bit of research on your behalf. There are a few that are actually part of the Onyx Assembly, the Bard College. I was looking into for your ward, or I guess my ward now. We'll talk about it later.
Awkward.
So what do we do with him?
He leans against the table. That is. Let me think about this. Him. Hey, I don't like. I will not say that it's he or she. I don't know if it's a bird.
Them. What do we do with them if they know they're probably after? I'm gonna hold up the sword and I'm saying, "Are you after this?"
No.
So why did you come look for it?
Stop freaking out for no reason.
I think I have tons and tons of reasons to be freaking out right now.
You're here in a teenage voice. I doubt it has independent thought.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Mika.
Yikes.
Okay, I cast
Oh no.
Booming Blade, or not Booming Blade.
Whoa.
I cast Shadow Blade, and I just put both sides on each side of its.
As soon as you do,
Shoulders.
Dovar places his hand upon you. I will ask you not to do that in my shop. No blood will be shed here, Mr. Rosal. And I mean this with the deepest sincerity. No blood will be shed in the shop. We can ask questions, we can gain knowledge. That is not how you do it.
I'll make the Shadow Blade disappear first, and I hold the other one in the bird's face, and I make that one disappear. If that's what you're after, you're not getting it. And I walk upstairs. I don't have any questions to ask.
You head out.
Just like
Dovar's
against the wall.
looks. Well, we'll say as you exit, you see Dovar hold out his thread and cast his message. With your passive perception, you would hear, "I'm going to need some guard presence here, please. I have someone that may need to be apprehended. Thank you."
I go upstairs, and who's still awake when
Actually, yes, Unido's out front. Where are you at?
Just on the other side of the door.
On the other side of the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll me a stealth check.
Yep. 3.
You see just on the other side of the door, where you would presume it was just vacant, you see the 6'7" tiefling. Yep. Just like drops the sword.
Act natural.
I caught it. Thank you very much.
What was it, a 3?
That was my stealth check.
Yeah. And you definitely your attention is drawn to the tiefling who is attempting to hide on the other side of the doorway.
So I wasn't dropping no eaves.
Do I know if
And you were at the base of the stairs that lead to the dormitory.
okay, do I know if Roy keeps alcohol in here somewhere?
You would need to go upstairs and look.
Oh, that's
Yeah, you're
I'll
at the
keep on
bottom.
going.
Yeah, you need
Okay.
to. So you noticed. I almost called you out there. You noticed Eric's
I don't know. What
about
that
the
is.
same.
I
You
feel like
make your way
that's an
upstairs.
insult.
Yeah, I like wave Eric's to come. And
Okay, Eric's. You see Rao wave to you to come. I'm sure there's not much sass
I
behind.
was just switching back
Yeah.
to my own view, so I might not.
So the
see
eyes click back over. One black, one white,
No. Slot machine.
more or less.
it. No, it's like
it's like, yeah, it's like
It's two
like
cherries.
it's like the Mad Eye Moody thing, and it's just like
This game's rigged.
Eric's just like pulls a coin out.
Hell?
you don't know what you do this last week of sleep.
So it says like the Lotus Guard. You're like, okay. You make your way upstairs. You would see only, again, as specified before, no lights in here. You see on the far right of the room, you see a light lit where Pippa Luke is resting, Navarre laying before, and Velafera unusually now tending to. She has a bit of cloth and she's wiping Pippa Luke's brow and petting that of Navarre, being very attentive at this point. You step up. Roy, hat over his head, laying in
Trying
his bed,
desperately to sleep.
just like, please don't bother me, please don't bother me, please don't bother me. And
I go to bother him.
I followed, but I.
Before you do that, Unido, still
Yeah.
maintaining.
Yeah. This is gonna look bad if
If the guards come, oh no.
Okay, we'll say with your passive perception, you do hear click, 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 click. Something, two presences moving rapidly in your direction. As you're not sure, but with those who are calling for the guard, they have already been ushered in your direction. You just hear heavy footfalls moving towards you. Rao, you move to Roy and you say, "What?" Eric's, are you in the room? Are you right near? Or
Yeah, I followed.
Okay.
I just say,
Yep, there it is.
Beautiful.
We gotta get you a hat, bro.
Yeah.
I was like,
Find one.
do you have anything to drink with you?
I point up to the little shelf inside.
Yeah, you
I
see
got
his little bit of shaving kit, his straight razor, little trinkets, whatever, something knickknacks in his pocket, and then a bottle, almost looks like a reserve kind of thing.
Oh yeah, multiples.
Okay.
Yikes.
I'll grab one bottle and like a cup from somewhere, and I'll set. Is there like a table or something? in this?
We'll say yes. There is in the center. There is a communal type table where you guys have meetings, play cards, etc.
Okay. So I'll pull up a chair and sit there.
Okay.
Be careful, they use that to clean up axle grease.
I will pour myself like that much in a mug.
All right.
Baby's
Pour
first
just the
drink.
tiniest bit.
Yeah. Watching.
I
Perception check. Night goggles.
Let's try and let's remove the blight from your dice.
okay. Oh.
Nope. That's a 10.
The hat keeps sliding down a little bit, but you're like you're actually holding it now, so it's just. But yes, you sit down. Eric, do you sit with or?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing now at this point, Mr. Rosal?
Okay. I try to just review most of the stuff that they told me. Like, I'll say that voice. The first time the Orby gave Dovavar, it pulled a memory out of me that I still didn't remember it until I saw it myself. And that's the same voice from the guy that tried to attack me that I killed. It's his voice. He knows that guy I killed. The bird down there knows the guy I killed. I'll speak loudly so whoever's in the room can hear. But not too loudly that it carries downstairs.
You said the bird knows the guy that you killed?
Yes.
Let me insight check.
8.
Okay, you believe that.
Yep.
Oh, goodness.
It's got to be the reason. It's got to be the truth.
That sounded like a relatively inhuman voice. Are you sure?
That same voice came out from him in the memory when I was fighting back. I mean, I mean, I know actors that can do impressions, or I've seen actors that do impressions, and I've seen them imitate historical figures, but like typically they need to know the person to do some sort of thing like that.
That's true, but I don't know. Is it perhaps that voice is... I don't know. I don't know what we're dealing with here. I don't know what you're dealing with here.
To be honest, I don't know what I'm dealing with either. All I know is whatever's searching for me knows that I'm here. Whatever's searching for Roy knows that he's here. Whatever's searching for you knows that you're here. Marceline's been gone for over 24 hours.
Yeah, that was my plan for tomorrow, but
Finish the job.
what?
Yeah, what do you mean by that was your plan for tomorrow?
To find Marceline. Isn't she presumed missing?
I mean, I guess Dovar thinks it's kind of normal, but I don't know. It's a
Doesn't
big
feel
city.
normal. I don't know. I haven't known her very long.
It's in this instance that you hear the effeminate voice of Vaceran approach. Is everything well?
It's not for me to say, but I think we need to get going soon.
Get going where?
I don't know. Maybe Dovar has more work for us. He can send us somewhere else. But with all these things chasing us, sitting in one place probably isn't the best idea. That's the reason why I left Continuar.
I mean, it's just we've had 3 instances of someone in the party being confronted by either someone in their past. Well, yeah, I guess that's all 3 instances. Was someone in their past.
I'll turn. Roy, are you awake?
Of course. How could I be asleep?
How much do you know
You're being
about?
a little loud there, friend. You're like,
Sorry, I'm kind of worked
slide
up.
the cup away.
It's at this point, Unido, as you're standing toward the front, you do see 2 guards approach. They stop dead in your tracks as they see you motionless. And they yell out, and none of you hear this inside. They just yell out, "Mr. Van Born! Mr. Van Born!" And they, spear in hand, looking at you, just like,
Nice.
not sure and not too long. approaching as the door was left open as before. Or sorry,
I would have closed it.
you would have closed it.
Yeah, because he went in the room. So
Dovar does come towards the door, stepping past you, Unido. Oh. And you do see him standing at about 5'3" now, approaching, waving his hand, holding up his robes. Yes, inside. And the guards usher past you, push past you rather quickly, and head inside.
anytime they're not looking, I want to do the slowly like weeping angel kind of move.
Oh no! Don't like that.
Okay, make me a stealth check.
Threatening, but more like scary.
That's
I mean,
not
Eye of the beholder. Eye of the beholder.
Yeah. Don't blink.
Hey, it's a nat 1.
And immediately, one is that part of your shop, Mr. Van Boel? He's harmless. He's fine.
Oh yeah, he's harmless.
Mr. Unido, if you would be so inclined. Yeah, if you'd be so inclined as not to provoke the guards, they're here for a reason. And they move over, and you see them move over to the Kenku, immediately grab a hold of them and usher them out of the. I do not want to press formal charges. I just whatever the guard feels is necessary.
Says the good line character.
What day is it?
It is.
Ooh, yeah.
Good question.
Very important.
It is the night of.
We're in October.
No,
right?
You're in
we're in
November. You're in
November.
recall. It is the
It's
night of Templa Dia. So technically, it is the morning of Vertidia.
Do they have like their version of Thanksgiving? Is that where the Kenku's going?
no.
There is a. Oh man. There is a version of Thanksgiving, but it's not on this day. Thank you very much.
Okay.
What is the number day?
It is the 20. Technically 20. No, I'm sorry. It is the 25th. It's Templa Dia. The 25th. Okay. Where's my marker? There it is. So yes, the 25th of Recult, which is Templa Dia, second Saturday or whatever, first Sunday. I don't know.
Templa Dia. Here we go.
10 days are weird.
I will ask Roy. I'm like, do you know anything about like artistic design or just signature craftsmanship that might suggest where this blade's from? And I resummon my sword and I walk over to him.
You look at the. Oh yeah. Okay. So you.
All engineered items are a form of art in some way.
You can make an intelligence check on the blade. We'll say at the base of the blade, the hilt, you do see it pulse out and reverberate some sort of shadowy-like energy. The rest of the blade, I'm sorry, it looks more solid than that of the rest of the blade. The rest of the blade does appear to be made of shadow. 16.
Straight intelligence.
You're not sure. You've never seen in your back with your background from where you're from. You've never seen anything like this.
When he hands me the blade, does it change in appearance when he's holding the blade?
Slightly. It's a little less. More, we'll say it's a little more opaque out of his hands than it is in his hands. Velafera does speak of this. She in pointing towards Pipaluk, she's in no condition to move anywhere. She needs time, as does Navarre. I don't mean to control the destiny of the party. If we move her and force her, we could potentially injure her further.
Maybe someone should be a little
She said,
more
"Pipe
careful.
down over there."
Yeah. Roy does say, maybe someone should be a little more careful.
I thought
I
that
don't
pillow
think
was
that's
positioned
fair.
enough from the face.
Whoa!
Bedside manner.
Yikes! One full of the cuckoo's nest over here.
Or misery.
You would have fluffed your pillow.
Misery.
Finish my book!
Yikes.
It's a great movie.
If nothing else, we should lay low for the time being. Or, I mean, we have methods of disguising ourselves.
Maybe get a room at the inn instead of staying over our shop. If they know that we're staying here.
If that can mitigate casualties, I think that would be wise. But I don't know if that would do anything.
Unfortunately, I do not. Velofera speaks. My funds have been relegated to that of bringing back Navarre. I am flush.
I think we should stay here in the very magically protected building. Yes, birds snuck in. They do that in stores too.
It didn't.
I know this particular hardware store there all the time, but
I don't think it snuck in on its own accord. It had a scroll case with it. I think someone supplied it with the means, which means it has an employer that really wants whatever's inside here.
that's fine. Let me show you something. I'm gonna take a gold coin and do the thing that I used to hit Rao in the head with,
Next
the
check.
beer cap thing.
Next check.
I'm gonna do it at the window.
Okay.
Yeah, does it straight deck?
Yeah.
It's going to be a 17.
17. Yeah, it hits, and you see this bit of blue energy pulse out. Yeah. It actually shoots back towards you.
Interesting.
Yeah. No one got that at the end. Also, have you noticed how quiet it is in here? It's like a vacuum. I can't
What's a
hear a
vacuum?
horse.
It's funny
When
because
you
in
have
his
a
mind,
apparatus-
Oh, here
Yeah.
we go.
Made of
Oh, no.
partially cured leather, and you suck it.
While that's happening, can I ritually cast Identify on the sword I stole from the Kenku?
take 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You cast out your identify spell. In this instance, Bellafair, as you're taking the time to do this, though I believe Mr. Couture is correct. We are probably safer here than anywhere we'd go. Again, I do not wish to dictate what the party does, but as a group, I believe that young people may need to be included in that discussion.
Maybe you can I can spend the time tomorrow trying to find maybe like another potion shop to make the loot feel better or something like that.
You feel good.
10 minutes later. And at the billows of a forge, when you open it up, it's upside down.
make me an intelligence check. It seems like a
Saving throw.
9.
Nah, you're like,
Saving
I
Wisdom
don't
saving
know
throw.
at all what you're speaking about, man.
Yes, and that's how bad.
Well, you get the billows part, you're like, okay, billows, but then he goes in further, you're like, I don't understand any of
His
that.
mind is just.
But to answer your question, your sword looks pretty nice.
What?
Thanks. It helped transport a being from one dimension to another. I don't even know what a dimension is, but that's what Dovar said.
Plane.
Plane. From one
Is it-
plane of existence to another.
Plane to plane.
You see, a dimension is a figure of measurement. It's usually written out on. Are you ever going to talk to me again? Or
Is
can
that
I
your
get some
goal?
sleep?
Speaking of Dovar, I look next to him.
Yes, Mr. Because you do stand taller than him at this point. Yes, things that happen. Magic be what they are. I have to figure this out.
I pat him on the head.
Oh, that's not okay.
Not
Thank you.
condescending at all.
Not the first time this has happened.
Well, I also run up to the door and I turn like two of my fingers into almost like a key of sorts, and motion to the door handle as well.
Yes, I will have to. That will be fixed in the morning. I am. It requires some time, and I am a little. I'm a little tired. We can traditionally lock the door, but
Little.
Yeah.
I did.
Did you motion little?
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta roll to see if he's. Yay! Haha. You're a funny one, Mr. Unido. Yeah, good joke. Good joke. I can lock it traditionally. If you choose to stand guard, I'm sure those upstairs would appreciate that.
Yeah. And the shield arm turned into the shield, and I position toward the.
Amazes
I'm
me-
staying inside the door, but I'm going to position toward the door. So.
Amazes me every time I see it, Mr. Unido. We have a lot to learn. Again, conversation to be had at a later date. Good night, and let the others know that the suspect has been apprehended. Lifts up his robes, moves himself out, and leaves, turns around, locks the door, and leaves to his own abode.
Okay, I just maintain position to.
Okay.
Guard downstairs.
10 minutes passes.
Uh-huh.
You identify that you have the Blade of Petals. And we'll give you a proper card at a later date. It is a +2 short sword. It emanates 20 feet a smell of flowers and roses. Yes, and it has the ability to cast a charm spell. That is what you have in your possession. And as you identify, you look at along the pommel, the hilt, and even on carved into the metal of it, you see just these ornate, intricate flowers. Not painted, just carved in to the very tip of the sword. Looks very garish. But yeah. That is what you have in your possession.
Oops. Stole that.
Yes, you did. Yeah. So
Who
you
needs a
expect us
robe?
to do that.
no, well, yeah. I was hoping that you would be charmed and kick Unido's ass, but
Sorry. You
with
tried
that
to charm
said,
the 20 critical character.
Mr. Couture, you make your way back to
Sleep, hopefully.
Villafera looks to all of you. I must get some rest as well. She goes over to Pipaloop's bedside, blows out the candle that is beside her bed. The room goes dark again, leaving whoever's still awake in the darkness.
Did you leave some alcohol in the cup?
No, I drank it all, but I left the
Oh,
bottle
did you
on
drink
the
it?
table.
Roll a
Yeah,
con save.
Yes.
Or a con check, excuse me.
con check.
Yeah, I want to see if you are...
13.
It definitely burns, and it's not something that you've tasted before. And you even get like little bits of residuals of like, you're not sure what it is. It's like this finely ground powder. You've seen the powder used by Mr. Couture in the past. He usually uses it to load his pistol or his apparatus that he carries with him. There seems to be a sediment within the bottle that has made its way into your glass as you choke back. Does not almost taste that of like lamp oil or something along those lines.
Nope.
But it does not cause you to regurgitate or
Hallucinate.
yeah. Oh yeah, you're good. But you're definitely like, how does he not blind yet?
I am your driver.
Yikes.
Baby driver.
I'll stand up and grab the bottle to replace it by Roy's side and just kind of put a shoulder on
Shoulder on his
Hey,
hand.
buddy.
a hand on his shoulder.
Would you stop?
And just say, if you plan on telling her, I might wait until she's better. And walk over put
Wild.
put the bottle back.
Was it as you made that comment, Rael
Yeah.
flutters back into the room and lands right on the base of your bunk.
Tracy.
Did I hear that? Have I been asleep at this point when they're hovering over me, having a shoulder moment?
It's like,
No, I walked back to the table.
Yeah, we were at the table, but
you okay? You put the bottle back. Yeah, okay. Roll me perception. Just.
Nope.
Nope. Yep.
No saving now.
You're just your eyes
what
are
did it land on?
2.
your eyes are fluttering and you are about faded out by the time this conversation commences. As you guys prepare yourselves for the night, eventually getting yourselves back to sleep, as now it's probably in the 3 o'clock hour, in the 3 or 4 o'clock hour in the morning. You eventually get yourselves to rest. With the night progressing into morning, Unido, you watch, and this is the one thing that you guys don't. He gets to see every sunrise and sunset. He gets to see all of it and take it all in. So he begins to watch the streets begin to bustle as the morning has taken care of it once again. You can mark that you have a one less
-2.
-2.
Negative to what?
Everything.
-2 everything.
Yeah.
It's being a jerk.
As you wake, the day is upon you. As a note, Eric's, when you went to lay down for sleep, you noticed a bit of cloth or a bit of clothing that has been placed on your bed.
What does it look like?
With your dark vision, it looks like a jacket. Very ornate filigree that has been sewn and stitched into the sides, down both sides, and these I forget what they're called. Shoulder pieces. Was it
Epaulets?
Epaulets on the side? Looks very finely made. Buttons of metal buttons along the front, but seems to be very high on, sitting above. Yeah, very much so, and it seems to be laid on your folded at the edge of your bed, end of your bed.
I'll kind of look at it and fold it up and put it on like whatever side. Is there like a little side table or something?
Yeah, it's very much you have foot lockers, and behind your bed there's little shelvings so you can put things. You have poked a hole in your shelving. And, yep.
Nope.
And
Don't know what you're talking about.
you eventually take the time and get yourself to sleep. Back to where we were. It is the day. People you would wake earliest because you had slept the most. You would take notice that Navre is laying right beside you. Looks a little worse for wear as he did the day before. And just as you wake, he looks up and just crashes his head right into you, embracing and almost relating to your plight currently.
I gave you the boops.
I know. I just want to raise my hand and just just gently, because it's Velvera's cat, but just stroke his head a little bit.
For me, an animal handling check at advantage, being that he's already in bed with you.
Yeah.
It is not, so there's some underlaying.
Why'd you do that? I was fine. I was good, and then you just
Cool. That's gonna be a 14.
14.
Nope, hold on.
2.
16.
Hold up. That's 2. No, 14?
Yeah.
Yes. You begin to pet the top of Navre's head, and he seems very much comfortable where he is at right now. There is a bond here. You're not sure if it's because of your affinity for animals or that you have shared a similar situation.
While I'm just stroking the top of his head, I'm going to ask him, casting spells, speak with animals. Why do you serve them?
When you cast out your spell towards this, towards him, speak with animals. Crush.
It's still alive.
It's still
It's
alive.
on the
Is it?
ground now.
Oh man!
So it's suffering. It's suffering.
It's suffering.
As
Anyway.
you begin to cast out this this spell towards this animal, you sense no link. As he does not appear to be a beast. He looks like that of a beast, but you sense no link as you move on.
My hand falters just a little bit.
It moves its head in towards the hand, as to say, "Why did you stop?"
And
I'm allowing this to happen.
Right.
Savor it.
I'll keep petting it again. It's like, you're an odd one, aren't you?
You just
Not expecting a response. Just,
deep sigh and just lays in
I'll scratch under his arm, like on his belly.
and accepts it. We'll say as you have woken first, you look and you do not see Vaceran within the room. She is, and it's odd that she is left with Navre, left without Navre. She is not visible at all.
Wait, did I see her?
Yes, you would have seen her exit early in the morning.
Okay, I waved to her bye.
She looks to you, nods to you, still not sure how to interact with that who does not speak or have the ways to do so. Nods and exits alone.
I do want to ask, and still end the spell because it lasts a good chunk of time. But not taking response. Like, where did she go?
For me, no. Just looks to you. Roll me an insight check.
Oh no, That's gonna be a -1.
-1?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You gauge that this entity has no clue. This does not. It's probably just woke when you do. The rest of you wake. Prepare yourselves for your day. A meal is brought to those who eat. And what is it that you choose to do with your day? You do see people look already up and kind of moving about slowly, but
I'm actually sitting on my bed and I'm unbraiding my hair.
okay. Unbraiding?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that is as you all would see now. You have to look the immense amount of hair that she has. It's all been unbraided and it is extended out, long.
Yeah, it's
down.
very, very long. It goes past her waist because she keeps it in braids.
You have the day. What is it that you're doing in my great city of Gariad?
I'm gonna go to the Angry Tiara, Solaris Duval's Apothecary, and the pet shop.
One day at a time.
I'm saying that's
Okay,
just in
I
case
got you.
anyone else.
Oh,
wants to
yeah,
come with me.
very true, very
Yeah.
true. Yeah, so yeah, if we could very much do that as such, who is always accompany Mr. Rosal to any of these destinations.
I'm gonna try and separately track down components for Black Powder.
Okay.
I heard the Angry Tiara was the other two things.
Solaris Duval's Apothecary and the
Okay.
pet shop, and I'm gonna mention Marceline with you one more time. If you're looking for her, Raul's gonna want to go.
Yeah, I'd say we should go together.
I would say
and then
Unido has made his
from
way
there.
upstairs at this point. That has this discussion that's happened, so you're not.
Yeah, I change into the formal wear of the veil, covering my face so that way that I look human. Because nothing, yeah, no.
I am a human.
And
I'll go.
say as
emotion.
breakfast is had, and as you guys are having a discussion of where you're going to go, Velfer does make her way back up. She appears to have flowers. She's brought flowers, and she is appearing to place them throughout the room.
I want to look at them and see if I can figure out what kind of flowers they're. I know this isn't my area.
Roll me a nature check. There, sunshine.
Yep. Cool. That's another -1, or no, another 1. +1, -2.
Colors.
It's they are they appear to be plants.
There you go.
Are any of them hibiscus?
I
No.
was thinking about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you don't mind, I would like to accompany you to the apothecary.
If you're feeling all right, yeah, sure.
There's some things I need to get, but
Is
it'll
it-
take me a little bit to get ready. But I'd be happy to.
And as you look at Pippa, she's not bad or beaten broken, but you definitely can tell that she has seen better days. But she is progressing. She's progressing as
Is there any form of public transportation that will take people, and so we don't have to walk?
Rickshaw.
Did you just make him create a new?
I'm just asking. That way,
Bus schedule.
that way, Pippa Luke doesn't have to walk around.
roll me just roll me an investigation check.
16.
16. As you made your way through the city previously, you did not see anything that resembled public transportation. The streets, though, are big. They tend to just cater to foot traffic. Anything relating to wagons and that nature tend to go directly from the entrance to the docks in the center of the town, or to the Iron Hammer itself. Any other carriages are kept at specific locations.
Is it illegal to take carriages through the city?
Not illegal, it's just frowned upon. As guys walking down the street, they're like, it's only so big, man.
Oh, okay.
You know? Yeah, it's Prague. And you're like, why is he driving? I'm walking.
Yeah.
As you mentioned or think about it or whatever, I put my hands together toward you and I uncombine them, and to you alone, you see a picture of a Chesterfield, one of the horses that we have.
Oh yeah, we could just grab. Is it impossible to grab just a horse to go through the city?
Again, with your roll, did not see a lot of horse and or carriage throughout the city. Only in Iron Hammer, from walking through the market area, and when you made your entrance directly, you did not in the garden area. No wagons. You did not see any wagons throughout the garden area. Whoa.
Oh, we'll see what Dovar has to say about it. And if it's cool, yeah, we'll use Chesterfield to help Pippa Luke walk.
I can walk just fine on my own. I can travel very well.
Does she seem like she could walk fine on her own?
Or medicine check. As Velifer has looked, and she's like, "Oh yes, roll that advantage." As she is looking over her to
And
try
like,
to.
there's definitely like an amusement that you think like I can't get anywhere by myself.
No, it's cool. I think I love it. I think it's great.
6.
6? Yeah, I mean, you want to be cautious. Even Velifer is like, I mean, if you feel well enough, it's fine. I just don't want to make sure. I want to make sure that you're fine.
I assure you, I am fine. No, if you excuse me, I haven't washed up since the battle.
That's gross.
We're all like,
That's me. That's me. That's a DM saying that. That's disgusting.
That's funny. All I smell is flowers.
True.
oh yeah, that's
As the blade is not sheathed.
Nope.
It is out, and the room
smells
within
amazing.
20 feet smells of flowers.
This is.
Does it smell like real flowers or artificial?
It smells perfume, aromatic perfume.
Is it Joe Lyons on every
Yeah. Hobby Lobby.
With that said, as you guys set out for the day, preparing to go to the apothecary, preparing to go to look for gunpowder, and I keep wanting to call it the kinky tiara, but it's not.
No, angry
tiara. Thank you.
Wow.
We will take our break with that as the party is going to set out into the city of Cariad. Please stick around, and we will see what happens with this amazing party. I'm having a lot of fun. This is really
Yeah.
cool. So please stick around, and we'll be right back. Oh, we're live?
We are seasoned professionals.
Top of that.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Woo! I had some beef jerky, so I was like in the moment. So it was really good. It was really tasty. The whole room stinks like farts right now, but it's good. Some beef jerky.
Nice having
That's not because of the beef jerky, though.
Oh, sorry. Enclosed space. Proper ventilation, Corey.
Air in.
There we go. Thank you for joining us. We're going to get back into the game as we ended it, but the party is finding themselves prepared to head out to the great city of Cariad. The full party minus that of a Marceline. But Velifer.
Huh?
You coming with us?
Sure, I'll tag along somewhat distantly. I'm just trying to inquire about black powder. Any shady individuals I might see. Anyone with soot on their face. Vagrant children. I don't know. Anything that I can do. I'm looking for underworld now because I tried the normal, outlet mall shopping experience and didn't get what I wanted.
So the rest of you, as you all
T-Rex.
begin to exit, prior to exiting,
Armor, and all of it.
as you're preparing, are you putting on your jacket?
Yes.
Okay, you put on your jacket. Mr. Kotor and Velofera, your attention is drawn over as you see Pipiluk, the Onume, she, with her hair extended out, she wraps it rather tight. And if you'd like to explain what you do.
I just take a knife out and I just cut about 2 handfuls down from my hair.
Whoa. How much hair is...
It's a good, just short of 3. Like my hair's really long, so it's just short of 3 feet. I just cut off.
And you see Pipiluk cut off what all of you would know to be some time invested into hair growth.
I wrap it so it doesn't tangle, and I just put it with my bangs. And my hair, it's wavy, but it's right about here. And don't.
It looks good.
Thank you. It's often when you lose someone, you take something to remind them why. We cut the hair are dead. And I'm not sure now where I stand. Perhaps that's a question Belafera can answer for me. Perhaps that's a question I can answer at home. But for now, it feels right.
Velifer does come up to your side. She slides her hand into yours. We can do it together.
I look at Pipiluk and I go, twinsies. And then then I up my disguise.
What are you looking like?
I will look like, just for hilarity, I look like a more straight-laced, younger Dophavar.
Oh boy.
Oh.
So just like blonde hair.
Is that another height joke?
Half elf or
Yeah, half elf.
Okay. Hair.
Blonde, just
Okay,
blonde, like
blonde.
very straight-laced. Like if Dophavar was a square, that's what I look like.
Wow.
Nope.
Uh,
He's star-shaped.
I would also like to use Mask of Many Faces to disguise myself as well. Basically, just Eric's as a non-tiefling, as like an elf.
Okay.
Why are you hiding yourselves?
Well, the 3 instances we've had where someone has gotten in trouble has been because of me, Rao, and
Yeah, I found out apparently there is some value to my broken sword. Others want it, and so it puts a target on those who accompany me.
What happened?
oh wow. There was a
Is everyone alright?
Yes, everything is fine. There was a break-in, you could say, last night. A small bird.
Bird person.
Person.
Big bird.
I guess it would be a big.
Small bird
big-
person, but big bird.
Do the height.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Unido. Somehow found its way in the shop, which is unusual because of the magics that protect this shop, but they were specifically seeking out
Me.
Rao.
So, I'm more or less trying to buy things to get ready to move again and travel. Just taking the time to re-up on all our supplies to go.
So you'll be staying with us then?
Yeah. Whatever direction we travel, there's a lot of questionable destinations. So it's best not to leave alone. Especially with the fact we're still looking for a certain someone. The ship guy.
This reminds me, are we passing the bank on the way?
The bank.
Yeah.
As you were okay, so we
There's a
exited.
bank.
We exited.
On, before we exit.
Oh,
Sorry. As he mentions that there's still someone on the lookout, I take out the piece of troll skin and I hold it up to Philipera.
Oh.
Oh, I pull out mine.
She pulls out hers.
Let's go, guys.
Oh yeah. The fail safe.
And I pull mine out of my bag.
Is there a pull?
Oh yeah.
Just making sure.
Are we out in the middle of the street as we do this?
No,
No,
I
we're still
stopped
inside,
this.
yeah.
Okay.
I was playing.
Like I was shocked, but like Eric's just like I'm a doppelganger. I'm like, wait! I need to know these things.
Because there was about an hour where she
Dramatic
was
pause.
gone.
Yeah.
So
So all the formal way for you to know that you are in not in nefarious company.
Can I rub the troll skin on like the sword so it smells a little more like roses and less?
That's how we tell we're not nefarious. We pull out a chunk of flesh from a creature that we killed and go, yeah, you cool? All right.
You
Put it back in our
Um,
pockets.
You rub it, still stinks like taken care of.
Yeah, unfortunately, it needs to be treated.
And I'm not. I mean, you guys don't have like a swamp.
No, it's
you
just
got
like a little
piece.
It's just
Everywhere we go, it's like someone dropped a stink tablet
Oh yeah.
in the meat section at Publix.
You're in a bar. It's just like you stink. The bum on the side of the street's like. You stink.
It's keeping you away.
I'm gonna note that I'm only carrying 250 gold with me.
Only. Your fucking pants will stay up. Shing, 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 shing. Old saggy bottom over here.
No, it's all in my.
I got you.
my bag,
I'm just playing.
Yeah.
All right, so you exit and you make your way. Are you looking for the bank?
Yeah.
Investigation check, Mr. Couture.
No, do I remember where it was when I went there before?
What do you got total?
What?
What's your total
investigation?
Yeah.
I think we're all sticking together, so
Yeah.
we would help them look for the bank.
Okay.
7.
You can roll it a bit.
No.
If
Anyone
you
see
made
the
it known
bank?
that you're looking for the bank, They will help.
That's gonna be 16.
16. Yes, you do manage to find the Cariad Savings and Loan.
CSAL?
CSAP.
All right. I'm gonna go to CSAL and I'm gonna make a withdrawal.
Now, is it a bank or is it a credit union? Because that's important.
Gotta know your options.
Nope. Do gold coins in this province go across other provinces?
Does anyone follow Mr. Kotor into the bank?
Into it?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I'll play it
Everybody
outside.
or just some?
I will go with the party.
Yeah.
If everyone goes in, I'll go in as well.
Okay.
I'll go with them inside, but not to the teller. I'll if there's like a little waiting area, I'll just sit in the waiting area.
Okay.
I'll do
As
that
you
too.
Easy enough. You go to how much you drawing, Mr. Kotor?
Ooh.
I will.
Do that earlier.
First, I'm going to exchange some gold
Okay.
for platinum,
Got it.
and then I'm going to withdraw some platinum.
Okay. How much are you withdrawing?
I'm exchanging 830 gold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, 430 gold. So I put 400 towards someone.
So 430 gold. So 40. Was that 40 platinum?
43 platinum,
43 platinum.
and then I'm going to go ahead and almost empty it out and get myself 90 platinum.
Okay. Whoa. So, passive perception being what it is.
I'm outside.
That's really nice.
I
You're
really
outside
don't
by
care
yourself?
to hide it.
No. I'm just saying. No, you're not. No, it's why you didn't actually roll a stealth check. But Villafera takes notice of this. Just
What?
she got passive 15, bro. She just perks up, and then realizes that that's none of her business. But you take your and you have your now 90,
133
platinum. There it is.
platinum,
Yep. And you'll
which
walk
is
it.
pretty heavy, but not ridiculous.
Yeah. He walks outside, falls over.
I thought the equation makes like 15 coins equal 1 pound. I think so.
Does anyone have a
Physics in a
scale?
fantasy world. I'm not good.
I sound like I have
Ching,
spurs
ching,
on,
Chainmail armor.
Yeah.
and
Yes.
I will sleight of hand exactly where I'm putting the numbers, which is like 8 different spots.
Roll me a sleight of handshake.
Oh gosh!
Here's a new
It's
share.
Good thing I have these secret compartments that I can put my stuff
And
in.
you do have extra inspiration.
I am going to use an inspiration
Okay,
for that
do
because I don't want to fucking
Yeah.
rob.
I don't want to get robbed.
Ah! I'm going to use another inspiration.
You're burning everything. Nice.
Dude, that's a lot of money.
You want to use a different
I
dice?
do.
Yeah.
I really do.
Oh,
Is it at least
That's a
higher?
9.
That's all your inspiration?
That's it.
I thought
Alright.
you had 3 total.
He used all 3. He just used.
No,
I
he's
see
2.
two.
You have
Okay,
one
so-
more.
Yeah, you have 1 to start the game, and then the 2 that you got last night for running an amazing one shot. You guys should check out. I'm not gonna do that.
4. Yeah, I'll do it.
Come on.
I'll burn the last one. Hopefully I don't die later. Jeez. 12.
Yeah.
You feel confident that you have hidden that
Nice.
gold or platinum on your person
I feel like
rather well.
that was a red cup game. Like, follow the money.
For the record, Rao, Unido,
You seen it.
you have no idea what happened.
Yeah.
What did you roll?
Oh,
12.
Eric's, Pippaluke.
I'm inside.
Will
I'm
Fair?
outside.
Well, no, this is outside.
Yeah.
He's walking outside.
Oh, you're outside doing that?
No.
Oh, walking. Oh no, then Villafera sees this absolutely 100%.
No, I'm like assuming.
Rao,
like
you would,
a
you would,
safety
you're
deposit
like,
box situation.
you're looking at like.
I'm pointing
this is
at the
pretty
ceiling.
I like the architecture here.
I'm checking out the back pillars.
Oh yeah. Okay, good. Roll me a-
Something's wrong for some
you
reason.
roll me a perception
Very
check.
bad.
Checking out
Roll
the back
perception.
pillars.
Yikes.
4.
4. Yeah, man. It's a lot of gnomes in here, bro.
Okay.
If that's your thing.
Lot of, I mean, that.
Wow.
Hey, whoa. I mean,
know.
that's your. That's
You don't
your. Anyway, as you exit the Cariad Savings and Loan,
She's out.
This is note taking here.
Okay.
I don't like
The
it.
funny thing is,
well, I have to create this Cariad Savings and Loan just in case it comes up in the future.
the funny thing is, CSAL, the manager's name is Sal. So when they say CSAL, you're not sure if they're
C-Sal?
actually meaning Sal, the manager, or
Better call Sal.
Yeah,
Yeah. There it is. Anyway,
Any of
off the
that.
CSAL in the back.
Who is leading the who is leading this march towards the next stop?
Is everyone cool with the apothecary being next?
I'm okay with that.
Which apothecary?
Solaris Duval's apothecary. I don't know if that was the one we found last time or if we found a different one.
There, I
They were
believe one of you
close.
has knowledge of another apothecary within the Iron Hammer called. No, sorry, within the Garden District called. I'm not sure who that
Well,
was.
are you going to shop or are you going to
Wasn't it-
inform of the death of a loved one?
Both.
All right.
Which will be super awkward to be like, hey, can we buy potions? By the way, your spouse is dead.
Yeah, I suggest
That
we
order is probably appropriate.
purchase first.
Deliver news.
Maybe we go as like two different groups.
Purchase first. Make sure that it's actually her and not some employee, so we're not spilling
Yeah.
personal. Because we don't know who knows what.
Okay.
So you're heading towards Solaris Duval's apothecary?
Yeah. Hey, do you want to buy the potions and we deliver the bad news? That way it's not like the same person. We all just go in pretending to be.
Bellafair speaks up. She says, "If necessary, I can speak with the Solaris Duval."
I was going to suggest the Death Cleric, Grave Cleric, or the Raven Queen follower.
Yeah.
I think both of us should be.
Okay, so y'all bad news, us three or us four potions.
The order in which it should happen is the purchase is first.
Okay, so we'll walk in first and then
We get that
two follow.
discount.
Good cop, bad cop.
Yikes.
All right, plan. We go.
Okay, that's what we do.
As you walk in that direction, investigation check to find the shop.
I'll help.
I'm gonna
You can roll a
pay attention to the crowd and see if there's anyone paying attention to us.
perception check to yourself or for yourself.
Almost.
Yeah, with your
Yeah,
minuses.
yeah.
I rolled another 6. No, with advantage though, so it's dirty 20 on the other die. But I rolled
20?
another 6 on that one die.
Okay. Yeah.
Yikes.
So good
Using
dice.
it.
First die.
Yeah, you're
Nat
going
20
home.
and I have a +2 and a -2.
That's a natural 20.
Yes.
So you scan the crowd. People look. No one seems to be paying any more attention to you than normal. I mean, you are a ragtag group. Some people may be drawing the attention to the Jaguar.
Wagwar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jaguar.
Yes.
Sorry, Jaguar entity that is walking with you. So maybe pay attention to the high hat of that of Mr. Couture, but no one's deadlocked at the moment. Dirty 20.
Yes.
You approach an old man on the street. Yeah, it's actually just down this way. It's not a business as much as a house.
Is it like a boutique or something like that?
No, maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's a specialty store. Yeah, but they
What's-
run it out of their house. I've been there once or twice.
What do they specialize in?
Potions, plants.
Okay, that works. Thank you so much.
No problem. Happy Nights of Despair Day to you.
Oh yeah,
Woo!
to you too.
Deep us the rains down in Africa.
Oh.
You stopped an old man along the way looking for some words of wisdom.
Rally campaign takes 1 point of damage from an extra toilet being.
With the conversation had, you do manage to find your way. You are within blocks of this particular house. As suggested, no sign up front. This is not a business. This is someone's domicile. As you are given the right description, door color, frame, etc. You stand at the base of the steps. 5 steps lead to that of the doorway. Very finely and I would say the houses here too. They are rather closely built, almost very much San Francisco style.
Okay.
Row house, but tall and
That way,
compact.
that way the fire spreads quickly.
It's my fire spread.
I am the fire sultan.
I knock first, then try the handle to see if it's open.
Okay, tap, 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 knock on the door. Those of you who are entering in, you position yourselves. You knock and you open the door. The door does open up as you and you see the front foyer of this area. Immediately you're hit with the smell of earth undertones. You see already hanging these spider-like plants and several bountiful colors throughout. Plants all throughout. As you see, it open into another area where you see a stairwell that to your left-hand side in another room. Off to the side, you can't really make out what's on that side. And just coming around the corner from the furthest room, you presume to be some sort of dining area. You see walking up a woman of half-elven descent, blonde hair, wearing red and gold trimmed dress, and rather beautiful young woman. You can't really gauge the age, but you do see the hair pinned up high and the elven ears that are making themselves present. She walks towards the door. Oh, I'm sorry, I was on my way. I apologize. Welcome.
Fine.
Please come in. Open. This is open to the public. Please. There's one, two, three. There's quite a bit of you.
As I enter, I want to pause on the door and just look back to Eric's and Bellafera where they're standing and just like make sure no one's paying them any attention while we like leave them behind.
Okay.
Just
Perception check.
yeah.
You using the
Not right this second.
Okay.
No. That's gonna be 12.
12.
I need those.
You scan out. There is a bustle of people, but again, everyone's moving. No one seems to be stopped in place. If they are, it seems to be someone's selling flowers. And as you do take notice, these flowers look very similar to what Bellafera had purchased and placed in the room that you were staying in. Quick scan, nothing. And then you can see just now stepping up, blocking your view, Bellafera and Erickson walking side by side.
No. Are you gonna stay no? Like stay away? Because you're coming back. Like.
Are we? I'm sorry. Are we going in now, or are we waiting?
Oh, we'll wait.
Very well. And she ushers Navarre back as the rest of you have made your way in.
I'm leaving the door open though.
Piccolo, Kinudo, Rao, Roy, you made your way in, and this woman, please come in, come in. She picks up a bit of apron and just wipes her hands off. You see a bit of dirt. She's seen, you're not sure if maybe it was tending to some plants or whichever. You're not sure. Please come in, come in. I'm Solaris. Welcome to my home.
It's nice to meet you, Solaris. We were pointing in this direction when we were looking for a sort of potion shop. So they said, man on the street said this was the best shop to go to, so.
Best shop? Well, I do appreciate whoever this man is. I appreciate him extending that out. I have a few things, some that I've made here with my own hands. What is it that you're looking for in particular?
Me personally, I'm just looking for a few simple health potions. We travel a lot and run into the beasts of the wild that cause a ruckus, so I'm just looking for something in a pinch.
I can see if I have anything. Please, come, have a seat. You care for some tea, a libation, whichever.
I am good for now, thank you.
I'm not going to say no to tea.
I can get some. I have some. Just steeped this not too long ago. Please have a seat. And she ushers you to her off to the side where you couldn't see. It's a small sitting area, sitting room. Windowless, but there are some mirrors to kind of pull in, give the room more depth than what it already has, or doesn't have. Excuse me. Seat. Do you sit or no?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mr. Couture, you look about with your passive perception. You notice that seems to be rather well decorated. One thing I note, you do notice there seems to be a running theme in the room. You do see sunburst throughout. She exits, leaving. Door still open. Exits, heads towards what you presume to be the kitchen area. A few minutes pass and she comes back with a tray. Very ornate teapot, possibly made of porcelain. You're not entirely sure. There are 4 cups seated there. Not sure if the wooden man drinks or not.
I am fully covered, all gloves,
Okay.
suit, veil. all that stuff. So
No less
As for
No
the,
less creepy.
for the few seconds where she walks away, I want to look around the room. Is there any personal keeps of, say, portraits of her and her wife or anything like that that might suggest that she is definitely who she says she is?
Perception check.
And I was saying, after she comes with the tea, I will move, so I'm standing in the doorway. I don't want to block her when
That's
she
so
comes
good.
in, but when she sits down, I'm going to stand in the doorway.
Okay, you stand at the door.
I missed the tray and rolled a 16, so I re-rolled it and got a 4.
Aww.
You look about within this room, nothing, no sort of pictures per se. Would say you can catch images of like small statuettes that do appear in this sunburst form, and that's all you really. It seems to be less personal,
Okay.
but not no less decorated. Yes, that's what you see with the floor. As she steps in, brings the tea down, and seats herself. Sorry, there are five seats. There are 5 chairs for her sitting as well. That'd be obnoxious. She's not gonna stand. She's a lady. So she sits down.
Wow.
What's that?
I'm standing at the door.
I know. You're not.
DM burn.
You're Pippa Luke Bjorn and Newman. Okay, I just want to point that out.
There are many ways to be a lady.
I'm gonna stand here at the fucking door.
I am the most feminine woman in my tribe. Fight me.
I just see you
Says a lot about the
like
tribe.
this,
Right.
and then all of a sudden you just curtsy randomly.
She seeks, and I'm sorry, and hustle and bustle. What is it you're looking for again? I will have to go and check my stocks to see what I have available.
Just any sort of healing potions at all.
See what I have.
I'm not sure if any of y'all need anything else other than that.
Oh, healing's always fine. Always looking for stuff to start fires with as well.
I'm sorry.
What? Flames. I like creating fire.
No, I would not do that. Plants don't seem to have the greatest affinity for that of fire.
That's yeah. Okay. A lot of accelerants do come straight from plants.
I'll just mention they're very beautiful, by the way, and like give Roy a look. Like, seriously?
Yeah. But healing would be fine.
I can look and see my stocks.
We've also run into several creatures that have taken possession of the living and the dead. If you have anything that wards off such creatures, or any way for us to prepare herbs or salts, that would be appreciated.
I can say that I wouldn't personally, and I hate to. All business is welcome here, but you would probably want to. There is another shop in the siphon. That woman would probably be more inclined to have what you're looking for in the ways of that nature. I do not delve into things as obscure.
Do you know the types of plants to ask for? At least I'm not familiar with what's in this area. My knowledge is a bit further north, unfortunately.
I can look and see. I may have some knowledge of. Again, it's not something that I dabbled in, but it may be some. As far as I know, it might be something that's hard to come by. Within the city, we don't see a lot of undead presence, but anything's possible.
Yes, it is.
I was totally I'll be right back if that's not a problem. And she gets up and heads to where you presume her stocks are. As she steps away, outside, Bellafair looks to you. It fits nice. Do you like it?
This was from you.
Yeah, I made it. Unido helped. A bit.
Not there.
Yeah, you're not there. He waves outside.
That's very nice.
Yeah, creep.
Staring out the window.
Oh,
Yeah. No, I like it a lot. It's a very nice birthday present. My birthday was a few
I love it.
years ago.
I'm well, then I'm happy to give you something on your end. I'm as often as I've done what I've done and what I've pursued. This will be no less easy.
Death is not an easy thing, and I think it's specifically designed that way.
I'm glad to do this with you. And for what it's worth, and I thank you for sticking around with us. We are experiencing southern weather, so we are back online, and we're going to jump right back in, right where we left off.
Thor's a jerk.
Inclement weather.
Solaris does enter back into her sitting area. Presents to you. You see these two red potions and
Yes.
another deeper red potion.
Yes.
We'll edit that out and call them blue later. She presents them, and she lets you know that these two here are of a lesser, no lesser quality, but lesser maybe value. As she presents another one, this one's has a bit more potency than the other two. I can sell you these two for 60 gold pieces per, and this other one would need 300 gold pieces for that.
I do want to take one of the vials and like look at it and see how do you craft such a potion?
It's a fermentation process. These, and she points to a few little plants within. I cut the leaves, I let them decompose, and then I ferment them. It does take a matter of weeks. That is, unfortunately, that is why the price is what it is. And I do apologize for that, but I am a small business, and I have to make the ends meet. Well, my partner does work for the military, but as of late, money has not been there.
When she says my partner, there's definitely like a guilt that like flashes.
Poker face.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Roll me a deception check.
Poker face.
I give advantage to
No,
some.
yeah, same.
How are you giving advantage?
But not doing anything.
No.
With a poker, no, the same thing.
He's
With,
got a poker
Yeah.
face.
would that go on Rao's face, even though he's like magic upped? Because like Rao would feel that.
I mean, you can talk. I mean, so we can see your
So
face
yeah,
move.
okay, so yeah, I guess
You still convey expressions.
Okay.
Otherwise, that spell is trash.
yeah.
Block. I cast blockhead.
What was the
Deception check.
22.
22.
19.
She pays it. I rolled a 9.
Okay.
Money is so. I do apologize for the prices, but it does take some time. The fermentation process takes a couple of weeks, at least 10 days, and for me to get it to where it is. That is why my supply is limited, but the cost is what it is.
That is understandable.
As with your question and what you were looking for, deadroot would be a thing that you would look for. Unfortunately, not much is kept within the city. You would be able to find it either possibly at the siphon. I'm not sure if she keeps that sort of thing. She is not someone who I speak with. She tends to be a little macabre. Also, bloomflower would be something else that you want to possibly look into. I do not know if she carries that either.
I will ask her. Anything along those lines would be helpful.
If you'd like to purchase these potions, that would be
Um,
greatly appreciated.
We do have perhaps a trade, and I will pull out the 2 potions of heroism I have. At least for the healing potions of lesser potency, would this be a fair trade?
I apologize, and until I am in contact with my partner, coin would be all I can accept. I'm not sure where my money is coming in right now.
Good.
Here's an idea. Unfortunately, I really can't afford the larger one. Is there a way I can perhaps pre-purchase? They don't go bad, do they?
Everything has a shelf life. These are about a week old. But you would have some time with them. I would say about 6 to 8 months.
I'm sorry. I was dealing with Thor. How much are the health tokens?
60 for the smaller ones, and then 250 or 300 for the larger one.
Larger one being greater.
Great.
Right, the other one being normal. Right?
Yeah, lesser scale.
I have. Let's say this. I'll upright pay for the lesser ones. But I have another. Sorry, I'm trying to do math in my head. I can't
It's
figure out.
120 gold.
But yeah.
2 lessers.
Okay, so I have another 130 I can pay up front if you perhaps shelf 3 more whenever you get a chance. And next time I come visit, I can pick those up.
Roll me persuasion check.
Which dice do I use?
I rolled a
Here's
6.
Oh, okay. 16.
I believe I can accommodate, and yes, up front would be fine. I can work on it as soon as possible. Again, that would be about a 210 day for fermentation. I do have some currently that are in process, so I can say in the 10 days time, I can have at least 2 more lessers available.
I travel a lot, so no rush on those. Just perhaps keep 3 on the back for whenever I come back.
Are you staying somewhere in the city? I could probably have them sent
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, do you know where the Wild Ritual is?
I'm aware. It's just down the street.
Yeah, I helped Dovavar out around.
Yes, Mr. Van Horn. He's well known throughout the city.
Yeah, if you were fine with delivering them to him, yes, that'd be great.
I can do that. I can make arrangements. And your name, sir?
Lord.
I will
Anytime.
say.
All
no, okay.
suspicious.
What is your name?
Okay, I will take my. I will shake her hand. I'll say, Donovan.
Donovan.
Row Donovan.
Roll me a deception check, Donovan.
There's always been
Mr.
Donovan.
Mr. McNabb.
Oh, that was almost a 5, but it ended up being a 21.
Okay. She looks. Yes, sir, Mr. Donovan. I will make sure that they are sent to the Wild Ritual with your name attached.
All right, thank you so much.
So you dropped the 120 on the.
I
lessers?
dropped the 250 for all of them.
250. Boom.
Yeah.
So mark that off your
How much was
And
it?
a
coin?
means,
Sorry, go ahead.
oh, sorry. And a means to prepare any herbs that we do find, and perhaps a guide to what's in the area.
I bring in. I can only bring in small quantities. You would probably want to speak to Zantumel of the site.
It's like
She tends to be more hands-on than I am.
when she says that, is she really not be able to find the words, or is there like a distaste for her?
Insight check.
Yeah.
Minus.
It's gonna be a 4.
She it's hard to gauge. You're not sure. She seems very. Not standoffish. She is. Maybe she's not used to having this many people in her parlor, in her house at once. So she's, speaking cautiously, and yeah, she's trying to get the transaction done as quickly as possible, and maybe push you out in that context.
I am taking the tea that she served, the little cup put it underneath my veil.
Mhm.
I just take it out, set it back down, and nothing's coming out. Just
You're good. You're good. She is more immersed in the conversation, as not paying attention to the weird. To her, it just really likes that tea.
I'm drinking it too.
And it tastes really well. And as she is seems to be freshly steeped, almost mint tea.
How many graders did you have? Just one?
Just the one.
I'll go ahead. I'll take that over. That's how much?
300. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
I know times can be tight. And rent note doesn't wait for anyone. So.
Yes, like I said, once my partner gets back, I things will be
I kind of look away from her. The more she mentions her partner, the more.
Yeah, we're all just like.
Oh, I know.
I'm over here just.
DM's just messing with you.
I'm just sipping on the tea.
So I'll hand her.
He's just like, get in me.
I'll hand her.
Nope.
Get in my belly. I'll hand her 30 plats.
Oh, thank you very much. You definitely see the transaction of the platinum from hand to hand.
I'll
Got the pocket thing.
My goodness.
Carnies.
call it guilt, but Raoul will ask. Oh, tell us more about your partner.
She serves Emerald Guard. They send her on missions quite frequently outside of the city. I can't really say much. I don't know much about what she does.
How does she sound when she's talking?
Give me an insight check.
13.
13.
Yeah.
Average person.
Huh?
Average person.
Nope. She sounds.
I want to know specifically when they say, because thinking about it now, just hitting me, it does fit the things MMO. When it says when she says I don't really know much about what they do.
Mm-hmm. You want to insight check that?
That part. I'm gonna use inspiration because it's only 11.
Okay.
I need more than that.
Oh hell.
So 7.
You believe her? You believe that she does not know what her partner does outside of the city, aside from working for the military.
So, I know I alluded to this earlier. Do you have any idea for whom I speak to about explosive substances?
I really wouldn't. Within the city, the fireworks have been going on throughout the city. You might want to talk to one of the people that have been allowing for that to happen. Explosive, within the city walls. You could very well. The university would maybe have hands on things of that.
Mm.
Do you any of you attend?
We have an acquaintance that does, but we don't. At least
Attend to
not.
what?
To the university.
Oh, no. Oh, Marceline, I suppose. She spoke
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Well, she's been with us for quite some time.
Do I hear anything like thumping or anything like that?
Roll me a perception check.
What?
Honestly, it didn't
He's-
it didn't hit me till like right
He's
now.
looking for a body in the wall or something.
What was it?
Perception.
17.
17. No. You see, what you do make out is there is appears to be some sort of bird or something in the other room, just chirping. Maybe a pet. You're not sure. Within
What kind of bird is that I'm hearing?
canary.
Huh.
It's my favorite. It was a gift.
I'm assuming from your partner?
Yes. Brought it from one of her trips.
Oh.
I'm gonna step away. I'm just gonna walk towards the storefront and just look out to where Eric's and Belfair are. Just keep an eye on them. But I'm also just removing myself from their conversation.
Okay, you move back. You go to the window. You see Eric's like turning the back and like showing off like. Yes, that's what I was. She kind of rubs the back like. See, that's what I was trying to. You get the idea. There's a conversation about this jacket that Eric's is wearing.
I'm gonna walk out as well and meet gazes with Eric's and Oliver. Just got.
I'm gonna get up and shake hands with him as I leave. I think we need to get going now. We still got a lot to accomplish for the rest of the day. I'll shake her hand.
You shake her hand.
Yes.
Make a perception check.
Nicely different die if you want to be like that. 15.
As you extend out your hand, very much her illusion passes into yours as well. What you see is not who it appears to be.
Doppelganger.
Okay, so as soon as I
I'm sorry, no, but just so we're clear, Pibluke at the front door, Roy at the front door, Yundo standing
Sit at the
near
table.
Rao, sitting at the table still.
Yeah, because I was
Drinking.
going to ask a
Tea,
question.
tea.
two parts to this.
Mhm.
I'll look her right in the face in Eldritch Cider. Is there anything off of?
Eldritch Sight.
Yeah.
You do detect that there is a magical spell that is being projected all over.
Okay. And then all of you watch as my shadow extends and latches to hers as I cast Hold Person onto her body.
Wisdom check or wisdom
Yes.
saving throw.
Yes.
I'm lost.
That is a no. That is a 8.
8. It's a doppelganger.
Oh,
She stops and she. What are you doing?
Please don't take offense if I'm extremely wrong. I apologize so much. And I
No,
Go
stop,
ahead.
please.
do I have to be in the room
Please
for
stop.
this to work?
It's a minute.
It's a minute.
Am I still
I run through
Yeah,
the
you're
house.
right there. You
Stoop,
see,
right?
you hear her now. Like,
Do I hear that
It's
happen?
in her best attempt to scream out. You hear, please stop, and you hear Rouse say, "I'm so sorry for this."
And I say doppelganger, and I start running upstairs to run through her place.
Okay,
I was
you
like,
still maintain concentration.
yeah.
You
I
run
start
upstairs,
screaming her name.
You see Rao dart across the room, head up the stairwell.
I want to wrap my quarterstaff around her and hold her like this.
Okay, you hold her.
I'm not
Vellafera looks.
sure you
Vellafera
guys
looks
in.
to you, Eric. She's like, "What's happening? Let's go."
Let's go.
I'm
yeah,
ushering you guys
I'll go
in, and
Yeah.
I'm going to shut the door behind you. Lock it.
And
If there's
Close the door.
if you're holding her, I'm going to approach the head
Okay.
Oh
face
boy.
to face again. And I'm going to cast the Call to Inaction.
What does that do?
You need to make a Wisdom saving throw.
This is the one that had me crying at the table in the first episode.
11.
11. So it automatically succeeds if you're immune to being charmed. But on a failed save, it sits and is incapacitated until my concentration ends,
Okay.
and my concentration lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay. So we'll say you run upstairs. What are you looking for?
I'm just screaming out her name. So
Roy,
Personal
close.
track.
But
Close
we
the
have
door.
to
You're not, like,
it's
slamming
right
it
up.
be in
yeah.
conversation with the person.
Yeah, it's more of the
So-
like down the shades.
Then I let go.
Held.
Yeah.
Mind. Eric, what are you doing?
Oh, jeez.
Vellafera moves in. She's like, "What's going on? What is happening?"
I go,
Rouse upstairs.
I'm
Rouse
just-
called double
Right now,
here.
all you hear is boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom,
he
boom.
called
That
out
was-
doppelganger.
I go up and follow the noise.
Okay, with your height, you're 2 steps.
Yeah.
Run up. Before Eric gets up there, what are you doing?
Screaming out the name, banging on stuff, trying to listen to see if I hear like muffled moving around.
Perception check. I would say at disadvantage. This is full panic. You're just looking
Yeah.
for
Can I-
something.
oh,
Somebody,
this is
somebody,
before I'm
something.
up there. Okay. Yeah.
I remember I'm specifically when it comes to rooms though, I'm specifically trying to find a bedroom because that's where they were last
Okay.
time. Even with disadvantage, 14 altogether.
14. Poof, you bust open a door. You look about. You see no one upstairs. Yeah, you do see the bedroom. Bed's made. Rather clean room. Faces the southern portion of the. So yes, a bit of light coming in, but not as extreme as you would look about. Nothing catches your interest.
Is there any more rooms I haven't checked?
As you exit the one where you see Eric's run up the stairs. As Eric, you get up the stairs. What are you doing?
Mage armor, but then.
Mage armor's up. You just see feathers shoot up in the air.
And then I'd like to aid in the search.
Okay. At this point, perception check from you at advantage as Rap. I'm gonna look every room. Downstairs, still holding.
I'm holding. I'm like, what set him off?
18.
18.
Is that doppelganger?
So
What did he
bedroom.
see?
Library. Yeah, you bust in the other door. You see a small style library, little desk within. Appears to have a banner of that of the Emerald Guard. You would presume that this is probably the partner's study library, whatever. Appears to be untouched. There's an open book laying on the actual desk. A quill, fairly dark in here. The curtains are drawn as the room is probably not used unless that specific person is here. But continue to look around. Nothing has caught your attention. There is no one up here that you can see.
Is there anything that looks disturbed, like a chest or a rug that's
Investigation
the
check.
edges
Roll me an
flipped over?
investigation check. And as you're doing that, what's going on downstairs?
I'm just holding her. I was asking Roy if he saw what specifically set him off if this was a doppelganger.
I did not, but
She
I don't
calls.
take it
She's
lightly.
in her muffled voice because as the whole person still, you still feel that link. You're like, I'm controlling. I got it. She's stop. You just hear her with muffled voice call to stop what you're doing. I can explain.
Then explain.
I have to hide myself.
Why? Explain.
Can she do anything?
She's incapacitated.
So she's like,
She
ow.
can't say anything.
Oh.
Yeah, she's
Yeah, actually, let me make sure.
Incapacitated.
I mean,
Let me see.
Nope, it's not on this page. It's on the other page. It's the page I don't have.
oh.
It says cannot take actions or reactions. I cannot do it. I can't. She's just talking to the whole person. Her speech is investigation check. 12. Nothing seems out of place. Everything seems clean and in order. In this room, okay, you're in the study. This small desk, a little bit of we'll say 2 bookshelves. It's built in, and there are some leather-bound books within. Risky looking. You're not really catching any of the text or anything like that, but you're moving about, and nothing in this room. It's not well lit. Like I said, the curtains are drawn. There's just a slight bit of light coming in. With dark vision, it fades in and out. You're like, you turn to a corner, dark vision kicks in, you swing around, the light, okay, I'm not looking there, let me look over here. But yeah, Rouse, same thing, peeking in.
You said the bed seems like it hasn't been touched.
It seems very much made.
It's been made, or like no one's been on it. For a while?
You pop back into the other room.
Yeah.
He leaves you and goes to the other room. Investigation check. You're looking over the bed. What are you doing?
I told her to explain.
I can't. I'm not supposed to be here.
What are you talking about?
I'm not supposed to be here.
So you're not her wife?
I am.
is it racial or social?
I can show you.
Explain.
I can't.
Eventually,
She
this,
Yeah, she can't.
I'll
Yep.
come back downstairs.
You don't know
Right.
what Unido has done, but she's just locked in place.
If you
right now.
expect us to trust you, then you will.
What was your investigation check on the bed?
only Nate.
Only an 8? I mean, hospital corners, it seems, there's like, that's a lot of pillows. Why so many pillows? Head back out.
The last thing I'll check is there an attic access or anything like that?
Quick perception check. Eric's, what do you've scanned
I
the
went back
library, what do you,
downstairs.
head back downstairs.
10 on the perception.
10? Nothing. Nothing attic-wise.
Yeah.
And you can again, quick glance, nothing you can see.
All right, then I'll follow Eric's down.
You head back down. You see now people holding. You see Unido just kind of like, if he had a face, it would be focused in. Roy, no weapons drawn, right?
Nope.
Just kind of hands at his side, just eyeballing the individual that just got with the stick or staff, excuse me, holding it.
Just the twig.
Twig.
Very strong.
Am I still holding her or no?
Yeah, I would say you were just now rounding that bit of a minute. I mean, run, check. Back downstairs.
So I'll just say, someone check her body real quick, make sure there's no weapons on her.
Roy.
Investigation check.
My apologies. That's not very good. 11.
11. Easily enough. On her, she does have the money that you had transferred to her, both of
I
you.
leave it.
What you do find, you do see a symbol to a deity.
Religion check if I could.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 15.
15. And I just, because I was not prepared for you guys to straight murder.
You haven't yet?
Not
Yeah.
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 yet.
You might not, because I
bear
would have
with
been
me.
hella
If
fucking
this
wrong.
lady's name
There.
is Haggis, because she's a hag,
No, her name is Solaris.
Solaris, does she have a kiosk in the mall?
So for the camera, my ability is called Call It in Action. I have to spend at least 1 minute conversing with a creature, and then I can attempt to basically incapacitate them for 10 minutes.
But incapacitating my people, Bob.
It's
Bruh.
the requirement of being a minute means I usually can't use this in combat. I have to use this in social encounters. So that's
I'll incapacitate your ass.
You see an 8-pointed star. You have no idea who it links to. Because if you're isolated,
I'll take it.
Isolation in the city of Lost
and
Lost,
throw
you're
it
not
on
sure.
the desk.
Yeah.
Anyone see that?
Yeah. You guys see this 8-pointed star on the only person that immediately speaks up and says is Veliver. She's like, Corleone,
And that is.
elves. She is the elves. He is the elvish deity.
Orlin.
I'm gonna go and position myself right next to Valor.
Navare.
It's Corlin.
Navare. You see Navare Corleone? Excuse me.
Yeah, not Corleone's godfather.
That's how the elves pronounce it.
Damn,
though.
my daughter's wedding.
I'll make you an offer you can't,
refuse.
for these healing
Swim with the
potions.
fishes.
Luca Brazzi.
All right.
Luca Brazzi.
Luca.
All
Luca Brazzi. All right, back on track. Back on track.
All right.
Back on track. So, you symbols on. Colleen.
Yeah.
Symbol. She. Velifer says it. Elvish deity.
Does the sun shine brightly in this room? Is that what's going on? Look right at whatever it is.
Still held. Cannot do anything.
Yep.
I can show you.
I don't understand why words.
I'll drop
escape
my
you.
thing if it's still there.
That's not it.
No, it's
It's Unidos thing.
Well,
Ralph doesn't know.
Yeah. Nobody knows. All you see.
Yeah,
is,
nobody
you're like
knows.
you know that your spell has dropped, and you're like, what is going on? She
I
hasn't
clearly got her, guys. Like this is me.
yeah,
Oh,
she's
oh,
immune
wait,
to being
Luke's like-
charged.
I got
Lean
it.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She might be immune to being charged, so that's the thing too.
Oh, as an elf? So that means she's not an elf.
She's a half elf.
Half elf still have the ancestry.
Oh, it's not. It's a charm.
If they're
Yeah,
immune
if
to
they're
being
immune to being
charmed,
charmed, they
it's-
Oh,
succeed.
so I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Yeah, she
It's advantage, not
as
immunity.
the whole person drops, her hands go lax. I can just. She puts her. I can show you. I promise. Please.
I still have it with
Please,
her arms.
I-
Yeah.
You promise me you won't say anything.
Depends.
Choose your words specifically.
And she
Carefully.
spells it. And you see standing in front of you. You see a half elf, but the skin is gold, and the eyes are deep gold.
And about
She appears to be half sun elf, and she stands here in this room.
Yeah, I look at Velifer immediately.
I got a hand on Helifair.
Yikes.
Yeah, immediately as that image is as your
Yeah,
hand goes, reach you feel her hand on
On
the
the
pommel
side.
of the moon touch
Yeah,
blade that
yeah,
she
yeah.
has, and she is prepared to strike.
I'm just holding her at bay a little.
Why, Velifera says, why should we listen to you?
What is going on?
She is sun elf. She must die.
She's part son.
She is not the doppelganger.
The what? Solaris says.
I turned around.
I don't understand. Why would you hide your appearance from us?
Their kind isn't really liked on this side of the border.
You ever heard of the war? There's no way to
The
say that without
entire
saying
war?
that.
You ever heard of the war?
It's been going on for what 100 years.
Roll me
forever.
a history check at disadvantage.
200.
Whoa.
Yeah, you mean
Shelter,
No, I'm not a
Babu.
part of all your drama.
even
Y'all
Lost
Southie's crazy.
Southie.
Whoa.
Was that 8? You have not. Yeah, war? You're thinking, well, we did fight that other tribe one time who was trying to steal our.
Oh boy.
Right.
But we gave him some corn.
That was
and it
pretty
cool.
intense.
Yikes.
Lost a few.
Aren't there wars all the time? I don't understand.
This is the war specifically.
It's-
Vermilion Empire.
She holds up her hand. She
Son
says, "She said it'd be safe. She said I would be safe here."
deceiving others around you that would put you in more peril.
I look at these two.
Roy is giving you a thumbs up.
I do like let my quarterstaff drop, and I let her like step away if she wants to.
Yeah, she just kind of backs. She takes one step back from all this.
Attack of opportunity.
I will.
Yikes.
Brain. Well, we've.
Don't tell anyone.
I'll say half. How?
She saved me. And this is not the only place I've been hidden. The Order of the Fury, they said they kept me safe for some time. It's not unheard of. When the kings, they take the concubine, they take whatever they want. My mother was human. And she was probably from here. I never met her. She got me as far away as she could. And I was with the Order for some time. Until I met her. She said she'd take me someplace beautiful.
What's this order you keep on talking about?
I don't know if I can say anymore. This is information that could get people in trouble.
You already know
Wow,
that.
Roy, shoot.
He is usually the first to kill.
I know y'all both are like I'm scared.
Hi, I'm Murder. He's Hobo.
Roll me an intimidation check at advantage.
That's
But
okay.
with you
Do
kind
I
of shaking your head
believe
and
what
you're
she's
just like
saying?
gun out.
I am
What's that?
standing.
Do I believe? Does she ring true with that
Insight
whole story?
check.
I'm going to move myself in front of her, though,
Okay.
and look Roy in the eyes.
12.
You do kind of stagger over. You're still a little weak. But
I
yeah,
am.
you put this 12.
12.
Yeah, she. What was your insight check?
17.
Yes, you most certainly believe that she is telling the truth right now.
I stand in between Roy and Solaris.
You only want Villapero. I'll talk about.
I know.
Yeah.
Roy,
But he's-
Valterra's
they're right
Well, no.
dying,
As soon as
right? Yeah.
Right next to
you
each
pulled
other.
that gun
Yeah,
out,
Velifer's ready.
the sword came out.
Yeah.
You all and you see it just glowing this light.
Sheathe your weapons.
So,
Civil War.
I'll keep my eyes on Solaris.
Okay.
Until
She looks. She
I keep my eyes on Philip.
with your intimidation check being what it was. She says the Order. They bridge the gap. Spies are everywhere. The Order, they are trying to overthrow the Sun Elf Empire.
insight check. If I could, I want when she's speaking. That's an 11.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take her word for it too.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Next time, just make sure you
yeah, my
kind
bad.
of do it at advantage. You can do it at advantage. Or, yeah. But what did you got?
Insight -1 to 16.
16. You're
On
still
the
still
fence.
hard to gauge here. You know of the war. You know of the war. You know of the Sun Elves, but you're like how bad are they? I don't know. I've only going to go by what I have heard. Rao, knowing that he has lost kin, he has lost family, he has lost blood in this long war. You know that yeah, she is telling the truth.
We are not slaves of our past. I have a feeling that this is purely someone trying to find a better life. I'm not the first person to believe something someone says at face value. But it's Nope, go ahead.
I was going to say, I really don't know much about you, Eris.
That's fair.
Eric speaks true. I will say that much. Villa says, I'm torn. This scum serves probably better dead, but I will stand by what Eric says.
Belfair, your language is not wanted or asked for.
I will ask Solaris before Belfair can respond, because I'll just simply say, or I'll actually whisper it to Solaris, kind of ignoring everything that's happening, because I now have my own objective.
Mhm.
How do I find them?
The order?
Because you might need to go back.
If you're brave enough, you'll have to go through the forest.
The Emerald.
I want to know. That is how she makes it every time. She's stronger than me. She travels every time through that forest. She makes it back every time, unscathed.
You're such an asshole.
That's when I'll look at Belfair and I'm like, don't put the sword away. But there is more than one way to kill a soul.
Oh.
But we're not gonna. She's gonna. When we leave here, she's gonna be alive. And
Sure.
I walk out the
Roll a
door.
persuasion check to Belfair to see
Oh.
if she understands what you're
What's that saying?
dropping.
17.
17.
And I walk out the door before I hear the words come out.
It's in this brief moment that you see Belfair, the slightest smirk across her face. She takes the blade.
She's it?
Yes.
Okay, because you made kind of like a. I'm gonna get you.
He's right. Your mate is dead.
Ooh. Ooh. Damn.
I'm gonna walk into Belfair and smack her.
Roll me an attack.
Yeah.
I made it
Fuck
outside
yeah,
the
I use
door.
inspiration.
You gotta use inspiration. Go for it.
Did I make it outside the door for all this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm the real winner in all this.
Well, you get to the door, it's locked, so you just hear. What do you got?
Yikes.
It's gonna be 17.
Yeah, you hit.
Open the door. Walk
You
out.
do not do that. You do not hurt someone like that. Get out.
She definitely takes the hit across her jaw. She looks at you, and she pivots. She walks away. Navarre walks with her. She gets to the door with you. You understand.
I hate what I'm becoming from all this.
You understand what they've done.
Better than they do, at least.
You open the door.
Yeah.
She walks out. It's in this motion of events that you see Solaris drop to her knees.
I would like to try and catch her because I'm standing right there.
Easily enough. No check. She drops. You grab at her, and she begins to curl up in a ball and begins to weep.
I'll do my best to just be kind of a quiet support, not saying anything.
Mr. Kotor, Unido, Pipple, what are you doing?
I'm gonna take a second to catch my breath. Just after that, like spike of rage. And I would like to go into the room where she served us tea and grab a cup.
Grab some tea.
Just an empty cup. No, if there's an empty cup. I would like-
All the fucking tea. Unido, what are you doing?
I'm just watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
What are you doing?
Michael there.
Still got the gun out, not aimed at her, but walking over.
She cries. She weeps for what seems like minutes.
I'm gonna.
I'll sit on the floor next, with her.
One of the potions that I offered, I'm gonna uncork and pour into the cup, and I'm gonna offer it to her to drink.
Persuasion check.
Yeah. 15.
15. As you push past Eric's, who's now holding this woman in her arms, she grabs it shakingly, holds it to her lips, and begins to sip the tea.
And I just want to rub her back.
Her cries become.
And it's potion of heroism again.
Her moans and her bellows become lessened as she is, with the aid of that potion, is accepting her partner's fate.
I'm gonna kneel down next to her and say, the next words are very important. Do you know where she was, what she was doing?
I need a persuasion check. I'm sorry, I was whispering. I want
That's
to make
fine.
sure that I'm clear about what I.
Persuasion. I'm a persuasive virgin. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Charismatic character.
From what I know, she was bringing back information from the order they were collecting. From the little bit she told me, I think they're amassing an army again. Details are coded, always coded. I don't understand them.
Has she ever spoke of dangers in the forest besides normal forest creatures? Specifically,
I'm gonna say this too. She's saying this through like, I
Yeah.
mean, there's snot bubbles and everything. She is.
specifically some sort of animal tribe.
There are many tribes. The wild elves, the wood elves of Lenore.
These would be somewhat primitive, mostly crude in nature.
Not that I'm aware of. No, not to say that not to say that the Empire is the epitome of civility. No.
And finally, you should reenact that disguise. I think your secret is safe with us.
In a similar verbiage, you see her make the gestures, and she is that of a half elven, looking more wood elf than sun elf.
I pulled a scroll that I had gotten from the Emerald Guard out of my bag.
Which scroll?
Not the personal one.
Okay.
Not the coded one. And just kind of press it into her hand. Do you know who her contacts were here in the city?
She reported right to the, if not the military chair in Parliament, she would report to the base itself, the Commodore.
Was the Commodore that greeted us at the entrance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh. Two different people.
Oh, okay. With that, as the scroll is placed into her hands, people are giving her tea. You're just
Yeah, I don't know.
the whole thing's just playing out in front of you. Roy, what are you doing?
You should collect yourself, go about your business as normally.
You won't tell them, will you?
I will not.
She wouldn't.
I will do my best to persuade. If you're
Let's not
captured,
tell them.
It is a death sentence. If I need to leave, I will leave now.
Why not go to the north or the south, where this
This is
would
my
not be such an issue?
this is my home. This is our home.
you gain the trust and the heart of an emerald captain. That's good enough for what it's worth. And I'll get up and I'll walk out, and Vaceran is standing, I'm guessing, outside.
Oh yeah, she's pacing.
Yeah.
Wow, you just
I'm gonna
and
walk up.
Navri and her just like they could start a hole in the ground at this point. You know, just back and forth, dude.
I'll walk up and I'll be staring across the street, but where she's pacing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, you have my back and I have yours in battle. But if something ill should befall this person, there would be very, very harsh consequences. And I'll walk away.
You said it's me or just Vaceran?
Vaceran.
You would be within earshot of this. Yeah, I'm assuming you were standing right there with
Yeah, I'm leaning
in
on
the
fence.
vicinity of you.
Leaning on the fence
Yeah.
or something, yeah.
Inside, I'm going to look around meaningfully at all the plants around us.
Mhm.
And I'm going to say to her, please be careful with what you choose to see next. I know there are things that can cloud your mind and make it easier. Please don't fall prey to them.
I'm sorry. That's good.
She nods. She gives a solemn suggesting to her. Do you leave?
I will step up and I will wait for Eric's to leave before I follow them.
Unido.
Yeah, I just
And you know.
open up box of buttons and I just place a button next to her and I just close it. And
What button do you give her?
They're all wooden
More wooden buttons.
buttons that like would fit your pants or something.
What was it? Make sure you didn't have anything special. Eric's.
Can I help
glass
her?
to,
Yeah. Can I help her up into a chair?
Easily enough. She leans in heavy.
These messages your partner would run. You said they were coded.
I from what she said, yes. I've seen briefly, but it looks like jargon. I don't understand. The order. If anyone were to find out on either side of the order, I don't know what would happen. There are select people that need to know these things, and I'm guessing that this information has been kept secret long enough.
We'd like to try and keep that secret safe. Do you know who would be trusted with that kind of information?
I don't know. I don't know. Where is she?
She was taken care of at the checkpoint outside of the city. If you had the time, I'd be happy to take you there.
Maybe I will. I can find out. I can send word. If maybe she's made her way here. If she's close.
Yeah. Perhaps.
Most of her possessions, I believe it was customary for them to take them. We don't have them anymore, but we do still have them now.
I'm over. They're just like, yeah.
He lived. It is good. It is something. She rights herself in this seat, looking a little less feeble, and takes a sip of the tea. And you get the idea that's maybe starting to kick in a little bit more. Okay, I can find out what I can. I will need some time, I guess.
Take as much time as you need. I believe our associate did anyone tell you where we were staying?
Did you drop here? Yes.
Well, which one?
You arranged.
Your Donovan. Donovan said that you were staying at the ritual. Dovar. Van Horn.
Yes, he's a patron of ours. If you should need anything, send word to probably myself or Hippoluke. Not that one. Nope. For the majority of us, I think we have your best interests in mind, and we'll do our best, but I would caution to be careful. Not like you haven't been your whole life here.
Trying. Been trying. Thank you. And she just kind of, she begins to just kind of stare off into the distance, remembering, reflecting. You exit.
I have to. I'm not gonna make any big deal about it, but I do just want to subtly move to the back room. I just want to take a peek at the back room, just make sure there is no body in there.
Perception check.
Yeah, because that's the. That one -1.
Okay, you
Disguise
peer
on top
in.
of disguise.
You peer into the rear of this, and you see that now there's like the main dining room. You see.
Oh, I got inspiration. I'm gonna use inspiration. Doing it. It's a
Yikes.
that 4 -1, so 3.
Yeah, you see a dining room and sitting another area with a fireplace. Seems rather well furnished.
Oh,
That's all that you make out.
Yeah, just staying in the main room, but then I kind of go to the exit again.
As you eventually exit, closing the door behind you, I'm assuming, you make your way out. You see now still the pacing is lessened, but Velfair, Rao, and Roy all within or outside waiting for the rest of you. Velfair kind of pauses, looks at you, Pipalook. Yes, she does approach. I understand what you were. I understand what you're attempting. When you put yourself in my shoes, you will understand.
I don't think I will. We hate those based on what they look like, what they are, not what they do.
I hate those based on the actions that they've done.
She has done nothing to you.
They have done everything to me. To him, and she points to her.
You did not hurt her the way you did. And you hurt her, you hurt yourself. But she's fleeing those that you hate.
I'll look at Pipalook and I'll say, is your tribe's past your past as well?
We have a shared history, but my actions are my own.
But is your pain their pain as well?
Of course.
Then you do understand.
You have to remember, Pipalook, you come from a completely different world, and I appreciate all you bring into this, and I cannot wait till we can travel north and I can forget everything that is down here. Just like you can take the time if you want to forget about what's going on up there. But
And never forget what's going on up there.
hopefully I can when we move away. But you also have to get, it's even deeper for the elves. They live much longer and they never forget as well. You won't forget for 80 years. They won't forget for hundreds. This war has been a stalemate for a while, but to them it's only yesterday.
Well, it might not be a stalemate for much longer. According to her.
I'm gonna also look at Belfer and say, I know you didn't want to leave unsatisfied, but I appreciate you not
Running her through?
continuing to let us leave a trail of bodies wherever we go.
I will thank you, Mr. Coat.
Cool.
But Roy does make sense. I don't know who to go to with this information. It sounds important. Let's talk of armies.
What I will suggest is that he stays.
You're not taking counsel from you.
What I will suggest to those who wish to stay out of the eyes of who are watching us, we must stay far away from these sun elves. So if they are found out, we may be seen as conspirators ourselves. We should move along.
It sounds like the Emerald Guard is conspiring with sun elves themselves with this order.
We are in greater troubles than that, if that is the case.
Hi, Lopat.
Hi.
Yep. You know, you all might have heard that my mother was possibly murdered. You know who the top suspect is? In my opinion. A cousin. Not an elf. Not a human. Not a bear. Not a wooden man. Family. Blood. I think it's time that you all look past the past of your normal enemies and look closer and expand your horizons on who to hate. You should hate everyone equally. That is the only way to survive.
This guy. Just want to point out that Vaceran Dream it promotes unity. Hate everybody.
If you're gonna hate anyone, you should hate everyone. That's the best way to survive.
There are a lot of scars here. I don't have personal experience with the Sun Elves on the level that Elefera or Rao do. But this woman is doing her best to live a life away from that. And I think that we should respect that. But I agree with Elefera that we should be nowhere near here if she is ever discovered.
If I was her, it really didn't. I'm not that smart. I studied, not smart. It took me 2 seconds to figure out she wasn't who she said she was. If I was her, I'd take the gold and leave the country.
How did you find out?
This magic, it lingered with hers.
By the way, are you magicked up again?
Yeah, I'm still.
Okay.
The whole time I've been like that.
You said
You
dropped
dropped
it.
it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
did say
I
you
dropped old person.
I thought you said you
this.
dropped the disguise.
No, I
okay,
dropped
okay.
old person, yeah.
Sorry, my bad. I misunderstood.
I
I thought you were right. I was the only one. Right? I thought he dropped it too. Okay.
What?
I was like, oh, bonding moment.
I'm
I
just
don't know.
me.
I understood the whole
I'm a me.
But it's like this revealed her to me. It only works. I hold my hand out to Blue. It only works with your eyes. Your 4 other senses betray you.
I tap my invisible horns.
She got careless, and I
As
caught
a
her.
note, when you touch Luke's hand, you get a brief flash of a wooden woman.
Excuse me?
How attractive.
Like not
Roll for
mannequin,
attractive.
She's statuesque.
18.
not mannequin wooden, but like
Oh,
Appears to be made of a tree. As you have this image, and you have beckoned the will of Elefera and now Eric's, you begin to make your walk back to where are you heading now? To the
I think we should
Angry
just
Tiara?
gold for. Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm out of money. I gave her all my gold for those layaway potions that I'll never get now. So
like lay away it. No, I won't say it.
Nope.
honestly, I'm starting to get worried about our people. So whatever you guys want to do, we'll do that, and then let's see if we'll visit the university and try to find Marceline afterwards.
Yeah, once
None
the
of us
temps
are
are
going to
drop
be up
off,
to go in.
drops, I'm gonna look around and see if anyone was watching.
Roll me perception check. You guys begin to head through the gardens. Are you heading to a particular place?
Don't look at me. I'm looking for seedy guys.
Okay.
So out of character, search Marceline.
Yeah, I'm out of money.
'Cause
So the other 2 things.
You're
work out.
searching
You
for,
suggested-
for
you
Marceline?
suggested
Are
Angry
you
Tiara,
leading this
looking
expedition? Okay.
We're also
Roll-
going to the site.
I'm going to Agritar to get Stardust some fabric for her costumes. If anyone else wants to chip in for that, I'll pay you back as soon as we get back to the inn.
Okay. So, well, I don't know. You want to look for Marceline?
Yes.
You want to look for the siphon?
Yeah.
Okay. So, roll me. Okay. So, what was your perception check?
6.
6. You look out. The sun is out now. It's probably closer to the noonday sky, and it is bright. And the sun, yeah, it's been. You spent the last 2 days in bed, or at least day and a half, and the sun is bright.
Not being able to tell who's like hostile or if anyone's hostile to me. I just keep my horse up a little tight or something.
And you are leading the charge to where? As Pipaloop suggested, possibly going to the siphon. She did suggest out loud to the group.
We should go to the side mill.
I feel like the siphon can wait. I agree with Rao. I'm getting worried about Marceline.
Point.
She still
That's it.
hasn't checked in. I guess we didn't ask Devovar this morning.
Well, he doesn't particularly seem to be too worried, but after he hasn't been with us for the past 2 months, so I'm a little worried now.
How do you hope to find her in a city this large?
Why are you so invested in her?
she's the one that's missing.
There's no harm in showing concern for her. Unfortunately, have been a bit lacking in that regard.
I mean,
Travels.
We're all together minus a couple of shopping trips, but
she hasn't been particularly any of y'all's favorite during most of our trip.
I mean, I've had no problem with her.
Blair Bellenford does speak up. If we're concerned with people keeping disguise from us, she has been gone long enough to possibly be quarry to this individual.
Well, we don't have any better leads other than just going to the university and asking around, I guess.
I don't think we.
Whoa! Don't break your neck, son.
Whiplash.
Can't say
Did you make it known that you were looking for seedy people for your stuff
I will, yeah.
out loud?
Yeah, I will.
We perhaps have similar goals and destinations
Do tell.
between your investigation and Marceline. We certainly can try at the university, but
I'm just grasping at straws. If you have a better option.
I go down and pick up a little bit of dirt or grass. And I go, she's not here.
it's very astute of you, Mr. Kotor.
10 feet later.
I did
She's not here.
Great.
Lead the way if you
It goes
have
away from you.
a different
She's
idea.
here.
3 dead in the streets of Carrie.
Yikes. None of us are going to be
Brains a
received
horse.
well at the university.
I've only. No. Yeah, you're right. Let's.
Eric's, if you have some place for us to go to find Marceline, please lead us.
I lead the way to the district.
We should go check out a
Cassidy Slums.
All right. With that, as you guys make your way in the direction, leaving the gardens, following Eric's, because Eric's knows the way to, Pipalook stops, looks back, and keeps pressing forward. It's just looking back to make sure that you guys aren't being pursued as you are making your way to the Cassidy Slums within Carrion. And with that, we're going to go ahead and end this episode on that level. Oh man, that was a lot, guys. That was a lot. I thought you were going to kill her. Oh man. Anyway, woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. That was really good fun. So we apologize for the interruption. You know, we're dealing with our Florida weather here, but because we have a very on top of it individual here, we kept going. So please, if you can, check out our sponsor, Easy Roller Dice. They're doing they have 3 days left on their Kickstarter campaign for the giant size dice. These are 25 millimeter, 48 millimeter.
2 inches.
My dice right here. No, 48 millimeter dice, giant size dice. They represent all of the giants, Frostfire, Storm, Cloud, you name it, they got it. So check them out. I think if you drop a little bit of money their way, you get a dice sent your way. Also, you can check them out at easyrollerdice.com.
Yep.
Hey.
Also, check out Sustainable Families Foundation, a great organization that we are always working with, trying to help raise a bit of money. Anytime you get a chance, please throw us a bit and help us put towards the cause that is Sustainable Families Foundation. You can check them out, sustainablefamilyfoundation.org. I'm going to get it all out. Also, please check out the artist that has given us great headshots, Carolina Abrantes. You can check her out on her Twitter, @fires_00, or her Patreon. Give her a little bit of love. She's, I believe she's a college student. She's doing everything she can to help pave her way to the thing that she loves to do the most. Also, please, it is Father's Day. If you have one, give him a hug, give him some love.
Aww.
Yay, Corey.
2 years almost.
Happy Father's Day. Also, love each other, please, please, please love each other. And like I said before, A Vaceran Dream promotes unity, love. Please give some here in the very future. We love you. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Have a good night.
Bye.